wrong thing. You didn't see that.
I have not seen anything.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Sorry if I sound super tired, I just got off work. This is the it's not the last stream that I'm gonna do of Duel Destinies. I am going to be streaming when I go to Colorado. That is the plan. I am bringing my microphone with me. Yeah, we're doing... Oh, oops, wrong thing. Should be that. There you go. Make sure the stream is able to see. We're just gonna jump straight into it. I think this is called Cosmic Turnabout? The Cosmic Turnabout. Okay, so I got it right. I made sure I got the name of the turnabout right. No Razid tonight, though. Razid is a bit sicky. It's gonna be me and Bagels and anyone else who wants to join in. So last time on Dragon Ball Super, space stuff, and Apollo's gay best friend, who is now dead.
RIP.
And, yeah, that's about it. Alright, let's do this. Woo! Oh shit, court is now in session of the trial of Solomon Starbuck. Oh, ooh. Oh, he's got his eye pouch. Okay, actually, real quick, I'm gonna change his outfit again. Shh, real quick. Okay. This might be story significant. There we go. Alright. Alright, the defense is ready, Your Honor! Excuse me, Mr. Justice. Yes, Your Honor? What happened to your eye? Ah! I'm fine! The defense is ready, Your Honor! Are you sure? I don't... I'm fine, Your Honor! The defense is ready!
I'm sorry, Your Honor. He's been like this since yesterday. He keeps insisting it's just a sty.
I suppose it's something he doesn't want to discuss. He's going through his emo phase, I see. Maybe he's entering a touchy age. Very well. And the prosecution? Prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence!
Shut up! Why am I still in these chains? Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. Oh, there's the bomb case. The prosecution is now ready. Scraw!
Well, it didn't take him long this time.
What's up with Blackwell? Now then, I shall give the opening statement.
Silence!
Shut up! I'll do it. I gotta do my edgelord voice. You will? What an unexpected surprise. This time, I can't leave it to anyone else. I see. Something is off with the two of you today. You're quite edgier than normal. You all seem different somehow. Very well, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your opening statement, if you would. It was just yesterday. The crimes in question occurred at the Cosmos Space Center. Ah, the famous federal research facility of all things related to astrology, right? Astronomy! It's astronomy! Anyway, a rocket was set to launch from there. At 9:28 a.m., before they could even move the rocket to the launch site. Two explosive devices were detonated and the launch was cancelled. My word, 2 bombs! How dreadful! The defendant in today's trial is charged with both the bombing and with murder. Mr. Solomon Starr. For whatever inane reason, he detonated a bomb on the rocket he himself would be in. Solomon Starbuck. I recognize that name. Isn't he that famous astronaut? Kinda reminds me of that one dude with the purple spiky hair, who also wanted to be an astronaut. Correct your boldness. Mr. Starbuck was the pilot of the Hat 1 rocket 7 years ago. As you may recall, despite some interstellar trouble, his mission was a success. Some say it was a miracle he returned alive. I suppose you could say he's a living legend. Oh, I remember now. He's becoming something of an international celebrity, right? They even turned that incident into a movie and everything. We've got a real space pioneer in court today. But even heroes tumble from their lofty heights. Returning the subject at hand. Yes, the victim was one Mr. Clay Tarrant, a subordinate of the defendant. Indeed, a loyal disciple brutally stabbed to death by his mentor. Stabbed to death, you say? You mean his death was a result of the bombing? Correct. Despite his lofty dreams, the victim was seen as an interloper by the defendant. So he was sent not into space, but to the universe, which we mortals cannot see. Clay. The best friend I talked about, like, only one time. I think I've heard enough. The case seems particularly cut to this point. However, there's one thing I'm curious about. That metal box next to the witness stand. Loser. What purpose does it serve exactly? Since you asked so nicely. It's your coffin. Oh! Have mercy on me. I jest. It's evidence. Due to its immense size, we've little choice. Oh, shit. We've little choice but to lay it where it rests now. We shall get to its contents of the box in due time. Whew. I feel like I just lost 50 years off of my life.
Does he even have 15 years left?
He's immortal.
Sorry.
Inner monologue, Athena. Inner monologue. Enough jabbering. Scrah! The man, the myth, the legend. Can you please, Bagels, can you voice Bobby? Because I can't do all these voices at once.
Alright. Bobby Fulbright's the name, and just as we trust.
Ah, Detective Fulbright. Very well then. Please explain the details of this incident to the court if you would.
On it. First, take a look at this pamphlet from the Cosmos Space Center. In it, you'll find a diagram outlining the overall layout of the Space Center.
Damn, that's a lot of floors.
Ah, here we are. For a more detailed look at what's on the left side of the building, take a look at this cross-section that we, the police, have created.
Upper ladder, middle level, okay.
See the launch pad in the main building?
The launch pad is the square building, and the rounded structure is the main building, correct?
You got it. The incidents took place in Launchpad 1 and in the main building's lounge. I'll be using this diagram during my testimony. It'll make it easier to understand.
Yippee! Thank you, Bobby. Alright, straight to the point. Details of the case.
Just before the rocket was set to launch, 2 bombs went off. Boom! Help me, I'm sorry. Oh. What? Hold on a minute.
It's okay.
One on the second floor of the Space Center's main building, and one in Launchpad 1. Thankfully, only the 2 astronauts were in Launchpad 1 at the time. The 2 of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge. But after the escape, one of the 2 was found stabbed to death.
A murder on top of a bombing. Detective, the victim was already dead by the time you arrived at the lounge, correct?
Yup. Thinking he'd sabotage the bombing, the defendant killed him right there in the rocket. Just look at this tragic photo.
Oh no. Oh my, is that a knife in the victim's chest? What this? What this?
Yes, Your Honor. It's the knife that cruelly ended this young man's dreams. We couldn't get any prints off of it, though, because the defendant was in his spacesuit.
By the way, Detective Fulbright, why are the victim's helmet and right glove absent in the photograph?
We had to remove them to identify him, Your Honor. I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity, after all.
Very well. It would be very difficult to identify him without face or fingerprints. Now, there's just one more thing I'd like to inquire about. What is this round thing next to the victim in this photo? Something so important to the victim he took it with him as he escaped the launch pad. A capsule that apparently contains asteroid samples. Well, obviously valuable for research purposes. It has no relation to this case. Yes, it does! Why is it here? I see. So, we know that the bomb in the main building was on the second floor. Where was the bomb that was in Launchpad 1 located?
Heh, that one was on the rocket itself. It was situated around the central part of the rocket. Apparently, the area around the launch pad's elevator was a sea of flames. I would like to submit this diagram report into the record.
Okay.
The trial's just started and we're already in a bind.
You get used to it. Besides, that's what cross-examination is for, right? What the two astronauts were doing during the bombing, that'll be the key. Alrighty. See, I always thought that his eye patch wrapping whatever was because of the bombing that happened in this courtroom of where they are right now. Does that mean we get detonated again? Alright. Right. How powerful were these explosions?
Well, the one in the main building wasn't strong enough to bring the place down. But the room it went off in was burned black. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Due in large part, of course, to me stepping up to lead the evacuation.
Oh, wait, what were you doing in there in the first place, Detective Fulbright?
Ha! I'm Bobby Fulbright, hero of justice. I'll be there wherever and whenever people need my help. I'll get to the side of the world or even the edge of the universe.
I'm not sure he knows how far that actually is, but I guess I'll leave that one alone. Admirable decision, Justice Dono.
Huh? What'd he decide?
Anyway, could you describe what it was like at the Space Center at the time?
The bomb cut the power to the central bank of elevators at the third floor lounge. It was pitch black in there, I tell you. However, the security cameras and whatnot were running on emergency backup.
And how did the evacuation go?
I immediately and heroically whisked people down the Space Center's basement center.
Basement
shelter.
That's alright, don't worry.
Yes, there's an emergency shelter beneath the Space Center. An emergency shelter, huh? Oh, here it is. It's at the bottom of the diagram. The Space Center is pretty impressive to have its own shelter.
Yeah, probably would need one. The power outage and evacuation seems unrelated to the murder at this point. I guess I'll leave that aside for now. So there were 2 explosions in total, correct?
Yup, that's right.
Okay. One on the second floor, Space Center's main building, and one in the launch pad. Okay. Hopefully only the 2 astronauts.
Hold it!
Are you sure it was only the 2 of them?
It was just before the spaceship was set to launch, so of course it was only those 2.
Well, there could have been somebody else inside that rocket.
Silence!
Shut up! The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. And and allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so. A fingerprint recognition device sounds as futuristic and complex as a space station.
Actually, it's not as amazing as you think, Your Honor. Take a look at this photo.
Every time it makes me laugh now.
This is the door of the lounge with the fingerprint lock. Only personnel whose fingerprints are registered can pass through.
I see. That is very different from what I had in mind. And is there a record of the number of people that passed through that door yesterday?
Yes, there were only 3. The defendant, the victim, and the director of the Space Center, Yuri Cosmos.
Then doesn't that mean it's possible that the director is the one who did it? Not a chance. He was in the main building when the bombs exploded at 9:28, doing his job directing the launch. Besides having an alibi, he has no motive for committing these senseless acts. But Solomon does? He has a point. I guess the director can't be considered a suspect then. Wow, we're having an actual trial. We're doing this. We gaming. 2 of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding.
Hold it!
So, while it would appear that the pair barely escaped with their lives, in actuality, one of them had already been murdered inside the rocket. That's the angle the prosecution wants to push, correct?
You got it. In fact, that's what I've been trying to say this whole time. If the victim had been alive, he would have for sure tried to stop the bombing.
Is there any chance Mr. Terran could have been killed before he boarded the rocket?
They were both alive and well at boarding time, and it worked under their own power. Their hearts full of hopes and dreams of space.
Space! or Tim Curry's space! And both of their hopes were dashed.
If I might continue my explanation. After the evacuation order was given, the defendant made his escape, carrying the victim to make it look like a rescue.
And then was stabbed. But after the escape, one of the 2 was found.
Hold it!
And who was the first to find the victim?
Actually, there were 2 of them.
The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos. And Detective Candace Arm! One of them was a detective?
Yup, Detective Arms specializes in bombings, you see.
This will become important in the next court case after this.
She and the director were ordering the evacuation following the explosions. They were also worried about the astronauts, so they hurried over to the boarding lounge. That's when they discovered the victim along with the defendant.
2 witnesses, huh? One of them is a detective. I doubt either one would have anything to say that would help me.
It's like he's trying to give us as little information as possible.
Maybe Prosecutor Blackwell's got his tongue, if you catch my meaning.
Look, don't let that hold you back. Keep pressing until we get what we need.
Okay, alright, I have to just press the last one. Tongue action. Let me get this straight, because I'm not. Mr. Starr rigged the rocket he was going to board with explosives?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Yeah. If the defendant really did plant the bomb on his own rocket, he'd get caught in the explosion as well. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Fine. A simpleton for a simpleton. Fool of a right. The motive.
Understood. The defendant had actually had
astrophobia.
Astrophobia.
Astrophobia? What's that? Apollo, are you an idiot?
A fear of space, naturally. Just the thought of space can cause the afflicted to freeze up. And so, in his terror, the defendant found a way to stop the launch at the last minute.
Yeah, this is where it gets stupid. That's absurd!
Unfortunately for you, we have evidence. Take a look at these.
What are they? Mints!
These anti-anxiety tablets were found among the defendant's possessions. Apparently, he was taking them in secret to quell his fears.
There were a multitude of problems with the rocket Mr. Starr wrote 7 years ago. Rumor has it, it threatened to crash a number of times as well. It was, of course, very traumatic for Mr. Starr.
But that doesn't mean he'd go so far as to blow up his own ship.
Silence!
Shut up!
The defendant couldn't bear to mar his good name. Now could he? No, not after the media had branded him Soul Starbuck, space pioneer extraordinaire. Given these conditions, the defendant could hardly run away like some base mutt.
What, so that's why you think he resorted to the bombing?
Naturally, he constructed this act of sabotage in an attempt to blow up the space center, which would effectively abort the launch, but spare his reputation.
Ah! Sorry,
Now I'm sure.
keep going.
Now I'm sure you understand why we had to bring justice down on this atrocious criminal.
I think that pretty much covers the details of the case. Yeah, we have nothing. Only the victim and the defendant were on the launch pad when the former was killed. If this is the truth, then only Mr. Starr could have carried out this crime. What little I could get out of him only hurt my case.
Justice Dono. Foolish is the warrior who rushes headlong into battle. Preparation is an essential element of battle, so I advise you take a gander at this.
What is it?
Footage. Form a security camera. As the two astronauts emerged from the bowels of the Launchpad 1 corridor. The boarding lounge security camera captured their desperate escape. Now I would direct your attention to what the defendant is shouldering. What you can see is none other than the lifeless body of the victim.
Wait, why is he holding this, though? Why he holding this?
What?
Order, I say. This lines up exactly what the prosecution has been asserting. I should have known Blackwell would have something like this ready.
Apollo? How exactly did they determine that Clay was already gone in that footage?
Exactly. Ha! I see what you mean. Whether Clay was still alive at that point is pretty crucial. Your Honor, please take another look at the footage. Isn't it possible that Mr. Taryn was still alive here and that Mr. Starbuck was helping him? Why, I believe you're right. One man carrying the other to safety. What a beautiful expression of gayness and friendship.
Perhaps that's what it looks like to a one-eyed hothead and dotard.
Oh, who now?
But it only makes sense if it's the victim's dead body.
What do you mean?
Fulbright, explain it to Justice.
You got it. Ready, kid? If the
Let's
murder
go.
had occurred in the lounge, someone could have spotted it. Anyone could enter the lounge, after all. But doing it while they were alone in the spaceship, that's a horse of a different color.
But you can't deny that there's a possibility the murder could have happened in the lounge. All that video shows is a man helping his fellow astronaut out.
Silence. Your assertion is based on emotion. It's based on your belief that Mr. Starbuck would surely help his own disciple.
Oh shit, sorry. But you have no logical explanation as to why the victim could still be alive. Yes, I do, dumbass. Unfortunately, Mr. Justice, the prosecution is right. Your argument is lacking in sound logic. But it sounded so perfectly logical to me. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further objections, I believe it's time to bring this cross-examination to a close. Objections? Well, Hold it!
Your Honor, the defense requests a little time to think and regroup.
Given the facts, I'm not sure I see the need. What is it, Athena?
It's just... there's something that's been bothering me.
If it isn't the defense is stalling for time as always. Very well. I'm feeling generous. You may have a small measure of time. You have 5 seconds.
5 seconds?
After that, I declare this cross-examination to be closed, and a verdict to be rendered. Your boldness, raise your gavel high. It's time for a countdown.
Ready? Oh, Jesus. We don't have time! Spit it out, Athena! Only 3 more seconds.
Look! I don't think the prosecution's explanation is very complete.
Meaning?
Meaning there's something missing. Like they conveniently left it unexplained.
Something they didn't explain. Something they didn't explain. Ah! You're right! I think I know what you're talking about. Your 5 seconds are up, Mr. Justice. Is there anything about the prosecution's argument that you'd like to rebut, sorry? Yes, Your Honor! Actually, there is! There's something the prosecution has yet to make clear to this court. Well, if you put it that way... What is that the prosecution has failed to explain? Why the body was moved. Where discovered third... No, that's right. Oh, we don't get the victim's photo? Okay. Is it the motive for murder? Nope, prosecution hasn't explained the defendant's motive yet, have they? But didn't they just explain that Mr. Tarrant was a threat to the success of the bombing? So he had to dispose of? No, wait, time out, Your Honor! Time out, Mr. Justice, this is hardly a sporting event. Okay. Put my game face on. Alright, why the body was moved. They have failed to explain why Mr. Starbuck would bother bringing the body back at all. If the defendant wanted to kill the victim, why didn't he just leave his body in the rocket? Why go through the trouble of bringing him all the way back to the boarding lounge? Oh, that's true. I don't think we've heard the prosecution's thoughts on that yet. That's because they have none, Your Honor. After all, how does one explain something so illogical? The prosecution is claiming that the defendant moved the victim's dead body. What if the entire premise of that argument is wrong? Then let's hear your theory, Mr. Justice. The defense proposes that the defendant didn't kill the victim, he was helping him. Ah!
Fulbright, explain it for a sad friend here before I nod off to his monotone monologue. Inform him exactly why Spaceboy moved the victim.
They've gotta be joking.
It's simple. Mr. Starbuck did what he had to direct suspicion away from himself. He wanted to create the impression he heroically risked his life to save his partner. That's why he made sure to make it to the security camera so there'd be a record.
At the very least, he appears to have achieved success with you and the old man.
Ah! One man carrying out to safety. What a beautiful expression of gay.
The average person wearing a spacesuit weighs easily over 200 pounds. Saving the life of a partner who weighs as much while trying to escape deadly flames. What a dramatic sob story fit for the silver screen.
Wait, hold on though. Isn't also a dead body way heavier after it's dead as well? Indeed. I was completely taken in by the humanity of the story.
You see, the true ending is that all traces of his hammy act were meant to be blown up. Yes, and now we arrive at the thrilling conclusion. The third explosion.
Objection!
Huh?
What are you talking about? There was no third explosion.
Indeed, you are correct. But that is thanks to Detective Arm. It was she who identified and secured the bomb. However, it doesn't change the fact that the third bomb was discovered in the lounge. The steel coffin beside the witness stand. That would be a bomb transport case. We used that to transport the deactivated bomb here. It was found in the lounge. A bomb in the form of a most distasteful toy.
What?
A what? One on the second floor of the main building, one in the launch pad, and one in the lounge. The defendant planned to set off 3 firework displays. Fortunately, the third was discovered before it could be detonated. For had it not, the victim's body and other vital evidence would surely have been immolated. Ah! Before you utter a word, know that the evidence supports me. It's like he's reading my mind. As it's still undergoing forensic investigation, I do not have the evidence on hand. However, know that a particular item was found in one of Mr. Starbucks' pockets. Specifically, a bomb detonation switch. You found what?
It could have been planted.
I suspect the defendant had no time to destroy some damning evidence. The Space Center Director and Detective Arm stumbled across the murder, so he thought to hide it in his pocket. Feeble brain that he is. No! Mr. Starbuck would never do anything like that.
Oh my god, he's fucking dead.
Oh no!
Justice Dono, open your eyes and see the truth!
This appears to be irrefutable evidence that the accused set off the explosions.
No! There has to be some kind of mistake. This can't be the truth. Still can't accept it? You'll believe in your client, come what may. Then why don't you cross-examine the defendant himself? This has got to be a trap.
It's like Blackwell's controlling the entire game.
Yeah, seems like he was waiting for me to bring up the body moving issue.
Why do you say that?
Because he had just the right argument when I pointed it out. And to really rub it in, he had a decisive piece of evidence up his sleeve, too. He was trying to shake my faith in Mr. Starbuck and break me down.
Then making you cross-examine Mr. Starbuck at this point was part of his plan too? Totally underhanded, but I wouldn't expect anything less from him.
Now, let us hear from the arch-villain, the fiendish murderer himself, famed astronaut Solomon Starbuck.
His goatee is also a explosion. Witness your name and occupation, please. Solomon Starbuck. Astronaut. How did this happen? Mr. Starbuck, you aren't looking very well. Is it because you're being accused of murder? Will you be able to give testimony? No. Well, unfortunately, no is not an option. You are being accused of the Space Center bombing and the murder of Clay Darren. Please testify to these allegations. Mind if I take this suit off? It's getting really heavy and hot.
It's not the weight of the suit that you feel, but your sins! Prepare to carry that weight for the rest of your life!
Yeah, whatever. Banish me to the moon. I don't care anymore.
Wow, that was super negative. Is he gonna be alright up there?
He'll be fine, I think. As long as he doesn't totally give up and say he did it, that is. He looks like he's wearing like a Vickers outfit underneath. All I did was support Clay over my shoulder and get us out of the rocket. Like always, I took the elevator down to the metal level and headed to the corridor. Clay had passed out by the time we got to order to evacuate. I didn't kill Clay, I was trying to save him. Then who killed him? So you assert you didn't set off the bombs or murdered the victim. Ha 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 ha. But I bet you think I'm lying, right? I reserve all judgment until after I've heard your full testimony. I'm sure you don't believe me. I bet you don't even believe I'm an astronaut. I don't think the judge doubts that.
Who'd wear a suit like that except an astronaut?
I'll say that when I saw you in that movie. You appeared quite courageous. Though I suppose reality never quite lives up to fantasy. He was played by an actor, of course. I guess I'm just a big disappointment. I really don't care what happens anymore. Oh no, he's completely given up.
Ah! What a depressing fellow. If you were to join me in the clink, I imagine that annoying sighing of yours would rub off on the other inmates.
Like how it rubbed up on Prosecutor Blackwell a second ago?
Huh? That was Blackwell saying? Mr. Starbuck's testimony contains a glaring contradiction. Question is, what does it mean? Even if Mr. Starbuck is my client, I can't be gun-shy now. I'll have to shoot him! It's time to find out the truth! Alright.
Hold it!
So what you're saying is that the victim was still alive at the time? Of course. He was alive and well.
Silence.
If so, then you admit you took a man who was alive and well? You silenced him permanently with this?
What? No, black hole confirmed dead ahead. Ah! It's okay, Captain, I'm getting sucked in!
Objection!
Mr. Starbuck, you are not in space. Please give your testimony seriously. It was just nerves, but maybe I shouldn't have said he was alive and well. It was more like he was slumped over. Those are complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Unless he was, you know, dead. Clay passed out by the time we went to...
Hold it!
Passed out? Why was he passed out? Probably because of the explosion. The noise and vibration was incredible. It's little wonder a person would pass out, right? I guess. Not that I'd know. Oh, I get it. Ah! Been hit by space debris! Main engine's on fire, I'm gonna blow! Ah! Yes, I see. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
What's happening?
Sorry, this is someone in the chat. Ah. Hello there, Evelyn. Please do not spam the chat, please. I know it's you're the only one here, but please don't do that. Yes, I see. I guess it does make sense that someone would pass out. Especially if the person in question is Mr. Starbuck. Anyway. I was trying to save him. Are you sure? Don't worry, I understand. I'll make sure everything turns out alright. Everyone's glaring at me like I did it.
Apollo, you have to reassure it better than that.
How am I supposed to do that? I can't talk to people.
Try to imagine how he's feeling, and use that to figure out how to boost his confidence.
Mr. Starbuck, think back to what Clay used to always say. It's times like these when he would repeat, "I'm fine," to himself. I'm fine. Yeah, I guess he did say that a lot. Even I shouted, Clay still be dead. Oh, what's the use? God. Could somebody please reassure me now?
Apollo, there's something strange about Mr. Starbuck's testimony.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. There's a glaring contradiction that I didn't see. I was just wondering why it's there and what it means for our case.
Well, it doesn't look like he's lying, at least.
Guess I'll have to show some evidence. We're neck deep in the game. They're like, oh, prove it. It's the freaking knife, then. Oh, shit. Time I got order. I might need the help of the Wikipedia to help me out here, because passed out by the... Then where did the knife come from? That's the question. If I please move to basement shelter. Middle level, yeah. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Let's make turnabout. Don't mind me, just quickly cheating. Is that bombing report on second statement? Oh wait, it's because of the fucking.
Objection!
Oh shit, wrong thing. It was bombing, not. Because the bomb happened exactly where the. Was the fucking. It went off at the middle level, so he couldn't have set it off. Or he couldn't, Oh my god, please stop talking! Yeah, because I'm... took the elevator down. It was this one. Bombing.
Objection!
There we go. One of the bombs happened on the middle level. Mr. Starbuck, I need your testimony to be as accurate as possible. Was it not being accurate? No, because it's impossible for you to have taken the elevator down to the middle level. What makes you say that, Mr. Justice? Please recall where the bomb went off in Launchpad 1. Also recall that after the explosion, the middle level elevator was engulfed in flames. Oh, you're right, which means... Exactly. The Launchpad's elevator would have been unusable. In other words... Mr. Starbuck, your statement is decidedly inconsistent with the facts. What's with the helmet? Mr. Command, Mr. Command. Do you read my comment, please? Maybe he does have a fear of space. It's Mission Command. Get off the blue pill! I order you to pay attention! Stop this nonsense and answer my questions, Mr. Starbuck. Ah! My helmet! My oxygen tank! Oxygen concentration and body temperature declining, requesting medical assistance. I think he's dead. Mr. Starbuck, we are not in space right now. Please stop pretending you've lost consciousness and stand back up. I think he just fainted, Your Honor. Okay. I apologize, Your Honor. Thought I was still on Earth. Maybe take off the suit.
I feel like we all just got a glimpse of the real Solomon Starbuck the astronaut.
Yeah, seems more like an astronaut now than when he was doing all that sighing. Mr. Starbuck, could you please explain the inconsistency in your statement and how you use the middle level elevator? I was nervous and I said the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Actually, I took a different route, I think. A different route? I hope you're able to deliver a straight story this time. I'll get right this time.
Knocked.
No, I was opening this box.
Okay.
Oh, oopsies. Oops. Hold on, I opened Google. Hold on. Everything's gonna get really funky real quick. Let me just turn that off real quick. Alright, oh my god. Sorry guys, real quick. Alright, there we go. Alright, everything's all good. Okay, right at this time, maybe, no, I mean, probably. Probably. It's understandable to be nervous, but let me remind your accuracy is paramount to court. We need to pick up some witnesses that need to stop lying in court. Let's see, my escape route. What I said before was a mistake. I, remember now. I took a different route. Maybe. Probably. With the capsule and play in my arms, I made my way down from the upper level. So you're saying you escaped without using the elevator? That's right. There's a ladder that spans the upper and middle levels. Oh. I used that ladder to get to the middle level. Luckily, the fire hadn't reached the ladder, so we could make our escapes that way. And the capsule you mentioned,
I suppose you mean the thing next to Mr. Terran here. Was the capsule that important to you? Was the capsule that important that you'd risk your life to take it with you? It almost goes without saying, but yeah, that capsule contains asteroid samples. Therefore, it's invaluable as research material. With a spacesuit on, Clay weighed a ton, but securing the capsule was also important. I need you to answer to the best of your ability. Mr. Starbuck, please remember that your verdict is writing on your testimony. Maybe I am guilty after all. I wonder if you can see the stars in prison. That's more comfortable than a spaceship. Let's see. Escape route. So before it was a mistake. I remember it now. I took a different... But the capsule and Clay in my arms, I made my way down from the upper level.
Hold it!
The upper level of the launch pad area. But that's right, that's what I said, isn't it? Granted, that route does exist. So to recap, you had Clay over your right shoulder and the capsule in your left hand. Yeah, it's really important, so I couldn't let it get burned up. So even though Clay was really heavy, I couldn't afford to carry him with both hands. I did the best I could with him over one shoulder. I couldn't hold my other hand. I don't think the meaning of what he said has hit him yet. How did he climb the ladder? You know what you have to do with that statement, Justice Dono. Yeah, I know. Well, I've come this far, no turning back now. It's time to present some evidence.
So Mr. Starbuck escaped with Clay and the capsule, which means... It's just like in the footage. I can see why he couldn't run, though.
He must have weighed over 200 pounds just by himself.
Yeah, and he had to support Clay, who was another 200 pounds. Plus, he had to ensure the safety of that capsule. I don't think I could have even walked under those circumstances.
Yeah, same. I don't think I could wear like an astronaut or a scuba suit. Like the old school scuba suit. Walking straight forward is probably about all I would have been able to manage. Presenting... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. His statement is only 3. Okay. Wow, we are really going for it. Alright. The interesting thing is that the footage does not show a knife anywhere. Sus alert.
Yeah.
Minutes from the upper levels. Space Center diagram. Okay. Yeah, because again, how did he even get down if he's holding two things in his hands? Mr. Starbuck, why don't you just tell the truth? The truth? Let's see. The Earth's blue and green. No, that's not right. So, it's 70% water. I guess the Earth isn't blue. Yeah, that's it. The truth, Mr. Starbucks. Concentration is too low with this area. Mr. Justice Witness appears confused. Please help draw out the truth from him. Mr. Starbuck, under the circumstances at the time, you couldn't possibly have reached the boarding lounge via the upper level route. Huh? Huh? Not as long as this was along the escape route. Yeah, it's the fucking ladder.
Take that!
Take that! To get down from the upper to the middle level where launchpad corridor is, you would have to go down the ladder. Is that right, Mr. Starbuck? Of course, that was the only way we could escape.
Objection!
Can you hear yourself right now? No, how would that work? At the time, you were supporting Mr. Terran over your shoulder, were you not? And remember, he was in a full space gear as well, putting him over 200 pounds. Well, it's easy on the moon. Gravity is only 1/6 of what it is on Earth.
Objection!
But the Space Center is located on Earth. Short of being an octopus climbing a ladder with an adult male in a space gear in one arm, while carrying the capsule in your other is impossible, wouldn't you say? Ah! So, Mr. Starbuck, how exactly did you climb down that ladder with your arms full? Ah!
Mr. Starbuck, come clean and tell us the truth. Meow! Evacuate immediately! Ah, what the? He's flying the coop. Ah, help! I'm caught on the ceiling. Help! Anyone? Bailiff, prepare the cherry picker. We must launch our rescue mission at once.
Well, that's one way to take off while being questioned.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'd rather prove his innocence so he could go to space again someday for real. Okay, I think it's time to actually get his suit off, please. Now then, Mr. Starbuck, do you think you can keep your feet planted on the ground? Yeah, I apologize for losing control. Are you ready to tell us the truth? No, anything but that. What is going on? This isn't Mr. Starbuck, I know.
It appears Spaceboy is prone to deception. Witness!
Yes.
I thought your story odd, but perhaps the inconsistencies can be explained as the result of a medical side effect.
Prosecutor Blackwell, please don't talk about that. What are you talking about, Prosecutor Blackwell?
Didn't I already state that Spaceboy is ironically terrified of going into space? That's why he took some precautions just before the launch. Well, you see, traces of his anti-anxiety drug were found in his system.
Oh. I sense things are about to nosedive. Hold it! Hold it! You got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation, too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. It was found in his system, but he doesn't remember taking it? How could that be? Somebody must have slipped them to me. But I guess maybe that's why I don't remember? Because of the side effects? Yeah, that's why I don't remember much about what really happened. What? Was it fucking, like, melatonin or, like, a sleeping pill? Like, sleeping pills? Order in the court. I mean, one of my side effects for my antidepressants and anti-anxiety is drowsiness. We can't get any useful testimony out of him if he doesn't remember anything.
Well, this certainly explains why his testimony kept changing.
Why didn't he just tell me he couldn't remember?
I guess he didn't want anybody to find out he was terrified of going into space.
Yeah, I really did do it.
Which brings us to the answer of our original question, of how the witness climbed down the ladder with a dead body.
It does? So what is it?
A dead man feels no pain and makes no complaints, Justice Dono.
What, did he throw the body down on the floor? Simply drop down from the top of the ladder. Oh my, I see. And then the defendant could climb down with his free hand. Drop the body down? Who would do such a disrespectful thing? Besides, dropping the body down would leave marks on the body itself.
So you are capable of quick thinking. Yes, you are correct.
Oh wait, really? Oh, thanks.
Squaw!
Huh? What's this?
It's the oxygen tank from the victim's spacesuit. It's ruptured, and I'm sure you can figure out why.
You can't be implying it ruptured when the defendant dropped the victim's body.
I am, for they fracture easily when struck.
Even if that's true, the tank's explosion and shrapnel would leave its marks on the body. Yet, according to the autopsy report, only the knife wound was found on the victim's body. You're clearly grasping at straws with this line of reasoning.
Silence.
A spacesuit isn't heavy for the sake of being heavy, Justice Dono. It includes the latest technological devices that is made of the fabric of tomorrow. This fabric is made to protect astronauts from the dangers of space. So falling a few Earth yards would hardly leave a mark on the wing.
And shouldn't it be impossible to stab someone through it as well?
It should. And yet through sheer coincidence, a knife slipped through a weak spot in the suit's structure and found its way to its target.
What are the chances?
You forget that our killer is an astronaut himself with knowledge of how the suits work.
Oh, you got me there.
And now my argument has been proven. Spaceboy killed the victim in the rocket and then dropped his body from the upper level. After climbing down, he shouldered the body and made sure the camera recorded them. There's no room for debate about these facts. It is clear that Solomon Starbuck is the only one who could have killed Clay Taryn. Ah! Here, the report regarding the astronaut's oxygen tanks. Consider it my send-off gift. Feel free to use it as payment to cross the river Styx.
Defendants had 80. Okay, hold on. Victims with 0 left. The defendants had 80 remaining, displayed on his left shoulder. Aha! This is our aha.
Hey, this report is pretty detailed.
Display on the astronaut's left shoulder shows oxygen remaining. Let's see. Okay. Display on the astronaut's left shoulder shows the oxygen remaining. Guess that means these glowing cyan digits represent the amount of oxygen in the tank. I'm done for. I'm going prison instead of space!
Space boy.
Yes.
Take heart. The bejeweled night sky is still beautiful even when viewed through bars.
You mean the stars is seen from prison?
That's right. Your cell will be your spaceship.
Oh, fuck.
Picture the view through the iron bars. It's like being an astronaut in your own craft for all time.
That's that thought. Mr. Starbuck, Musket Blackwell got him good. Spaceship, prison cell, climbing my guilt and my despair to the deepest, darkest space. And then, let's get sucked into a black hole together! Woo! Mr. Starbuck, you can't give up hope! Oh, yeah, Apollo? You know, Clay really looked up to you. He said you were an incredible man. He said you'd never give up your dreams and passion for space, no matter the situation. You said that? So don't give up now and help me prove your innocence. For the sake of the man who respected you and believed in you, Clay Taryn! For Clay?
You're wasting your breath.
Guys, I don't think he's okay. Okay, never mind, he's alright.
Apollo, thank you. I can see things clearly now.
Mr. Starbuck, I'm fine now.
Thanks for reminding me of my life's mission.
Right. We'll both be fine. I'll prove you're innocent. You'll see. And after that, we'll get you back into space.
Yeah!
You've got ignited the booster rockets of my soul! I'm on fire! I am Solomon Starbuck, astronaut, cosmic hero chosen by the universe itself. There's no time to be whimpering and crying. I can't let you and Clay down.
Boulder Dash!
Yo, that's a great word. The sun, the moon, all the space is calling me. Solomon, Soul, Starbuck, ready for launch. Begin the countdown. 5. This is anime.
3,
2, 1. I think he's off of his meds, Your Honor. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. I feel like I've witnessed an actual rocket launch.
Apollo, you did it! You broke Prosecutor Blackwell's grip over Mr. Starbuck.
I can't take the credit, it was all Mr. Starbuck. He pulled himself through.
But you simpletons aren't done massaging one another's egos. No matter how positive your mood, my advantage remains unshakable. I have but to wait for the final guilty verdict. Snatch right your boldness. I can't let up now. I have to stop Blackwell. I have to see this through. Mr. Starbuck just has to make it back into space.
Anime! I won't allow Clay's dreams to remain unfulfilled. I've got to destroy Blackwell's argument. Somehow. Think, Justice, think. If the only people at Launchpad 1 were Clay and Mr. Starbuck, and if Clay was already dead by the time this footage was taken, then the only person who could have killed him is Mr. Starbuck. So the only way to counter Blackwell's argument is if I can prove that Clay was still alive when they arrived at the boarding lounge. In which case, I should be able to find some contradiction in the evidence itself. Now let's see. About this data that we just received. This supposedly proves that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay's body in the launch pad 1. But if I'm going to prove that false, then there must be something I could use here.
Enough of this farce, your boldness. Let's have your verdict.
Objection!
Shut up! Prosecutor Blackwell, you seem to be in quite a hurry to rush the verdict. But about this oxygen tank data you submitted just now. It says that Mr. Starbuck's tank had 80% remaining while Mr. Terrence had 0. Did you stand by the accuracy of this report?
Of course.
Then I guess it simply means that it's faulty, as evidence goes.
You will explain what you mean, Justice Stone.
It's simple. This evidence contradicts the facts of this case. Take a look here at the detailed description and you'll see what I mean. I hope you have some evidence, Mr. Justice. Yeah, I am. Because I don't see what's so contradictory. Yes, Your Honor, right away! This evidence and the oxygen tank report stands contradiction to it's the security footage.
Take that!
And how does this evidence present a contradiction? The problem is this part, yeah. Oh my god, don't tell me that this dial is faulty. Note the remaining oxygen in Mr. Starbuck's tank as he carries Mr. Terran. It appears to say 50. Yes, but according to the data, our client's tank had 80% remaining. The oxygen in the tank increased. I see Your Honor finds it as strange as I do. It's bad enough that there's a contradiction, but the increase in oxygen is beyond illogical. Oh my, you're absolutely right. What is going on
Silence.
here?
I too find it odd that the oxygen remaining has increased. It wouldn't be as odd as if my rations were to increase. I only eat pellets that my bird eats as well. What does that prove? It doesn't change the fact that it is the defendant carrying the victim's corpse.
Objection!
I'm going to bet you don't get more rations because you don't abide by the rules. Either way, the oxygen remaining shouldn't increase, just as your rations don't increase. What are we talking about? Therefore, this information is critical. We can't overlook it.
Silence!
In that case, do you have an answer to this riddle of the mysteriously increasing oxygen? You better not disappoint, or I'll declare the inconsistency as a mere equipment.
Prosecutor Blackwell has a point. I suppose it could be simple malfunction. Mr. Justice, if you cannot prove an adequate counter-argument to this point, I'm afraid I must bring this trial to an end. So do you think you can explain why the remaining oxygen level increased? Of course I can! The thing to do at a time like this is to turn my thinking around. Mr. Starbuck has no memory of it, but he claims to have carried Clay. So this man with the 50 on his tank ought to be Mr. Starbuck, but if anything, the display on his oxygen tank should have shown as 80. This is a clear contradiction between the report and the security footage. So why did the oxygen level increase? Well, what had to have happened to make it look like it increased? Am I making some kind of mistake in my base assumptions here? We're big thinking. We're waiting. Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready to answer. I'm going to. This is why remaining oxygen appears to have increased. The victim was carrying the defendant, which I agree. Hold up. Just to make sure. Yes, okay, I was right. What if it was the other way around? The other way around? Would you care to explain, Mr. Justice? As you can see, Your Honor, both men had their helmets on in the footage. But it turns out, this is where our base assumptions went astray. We assumed that it was Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Terran, but it was the other way around. It wasn't Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Terran at all. It was Mr. Terran who was helping Mr. Starbuck to the boarding lounge. It was what? What? Order, Mr. Justice. You mean to tell me that the person on the right in this image is the victim, Clay Terran? It's the only way the riddle of the increasing oxygen level can be solved, Your Honor. At this point in time, the remaining oxygen in the victim's tank was at 50%, and when the victim was found in the boarding lounge, his tank was at 0.
That's right. There's nothing contradictory about the oxygen level decreasing.
This means Mr. Terran was alive as they made their escape to the lounge,
Silence.
and he was dead in the lounge too. How short your memory is!
Have you forgotten what you self-proposed? I swear to God, if it is that... What's her butt? Arm is the one who killed Clay. What a fucking twist. Have you forgotten what you self-proposed? Even if the victim was alive at this point in time. How did he descend the ladder with his arms full?
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackwell, you can't hurt me with a broken blade. Excuse me? It's true that we don't know how they got down the ladder. I suppose that matter needs further investigating. But we have proven that Mr. Taryn was alive when he reached the boarding lounge. This fact alone shatters your claim, and opens up the possibility that the victim could have been killed by a third party. Ah! There were two people who claimed to be the first on the scene, but can we truly trust their statements?
See, the two people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right? You think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police?
Yes, it's certainly possible. We might have to do a little more digging. It seems we'll have to hear the testimony of these first two people on the scene. Score! Come to think of it, Detective Arm should be in the court right now. Bailiff, could you please show Detective Arm to the stand? Hold it! It him! It him!
Hello.
It him!
I have an announcement, everyone.
Oh, what's the meaning of this? We're in the middle of a trial here.
Please remain calm and listen carefully. Someone has reactivated the bomb. The bomb was defused, but it's about to explode.
Explode? Oh, what the fuck are we doing back? Still here? A bomb? Now? Everybody run! I don't wanna die.
Oh no, everybody's panicking.
Get out of the fucking building, dude!
Silence!
Oh, Jesus. Simon. Headless chickens with a death wish, the lot of you! Calm yourselves before all else!
Paul, let's get out of here.
Oh, but what about Mr. Starbucks' stream? And who will carry out Clay's final wish? Bring him with us! I don't care what happens to me, I'm not letting some bomb blow the truth up forever! Anime moment! I refuse to let things end here!
Oh, this is no time to be dramatic. If we don't get out of here now, we're gonna die. Come on, this way.
Hey, ow! Let me go! Anime? Woo! Juniper? She hasn't evacuated yet? Judy! Are you alright? No! Oh, sorry.
Apollo, no! Not that way.
And then he died, the end. To be continued. Alright, so before we continue, I want to quickly... We're doing investigation, sick. Alright, I'm gonna go quickly grab some water. Because my throat is dry as hell. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm back. Oh, shit. Alright. There we go. Drink.
I realized that, today might not have been using his text-to-speech in that part, and
Yeah,
I
you know
really
what?
like.
That's totally fine. Alright, back in the game. So, in the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident. This one destroyed courtroom number 4 and killed Apollo in the inside. Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off. Unfortunately, Jennifer Woods was fingered, let's not say it like that, as the courtroom bomber. Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. We managed to clear Miss Woods' name. But Apollo sustained further injuries when he was attacked by Detonate. Hey, where'd you get that jacket from? Alright.
Apollo is a tough guy, but this is taking its toll on him.
Yeah, poor guy. Being attacked by Tenate like that on top of all of his other injuries? What an edgelord. Apollo is resting at a nearby Hickfield clinic. God, I hope it's not that Hickfield. I've had some experience with that place myself. We don't talk about that, Doctor. What an awful turn of events. I never thought he'd land in a hospital of all places. Jersey! You must miss him too, huh? Now you don't have anybody to tease. Don't worry, he's young. He'll heal quickly to be back before you know it. It's been a while since I last saw Trucy look so down. Bless you, kitty cat. He's looking at me so disturbed because I needed to grab my water. We won the court case, yet nobody feels as much like celebrating.
Alright, enough of this, people. This is no time to be moping about. Now dry those eyes, both of you.
You're the only one who's crying, Athena.
Technicalities. Look, we have work to do. We have to take over.
Take over what exactly?
Apollo's Space Center case, of course. As no verdict's been reached, there's still a chance. I agree with Athena. We should pick up Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade, right, Daddy?
Apollo hasn't exactly fallen, he's still alive, you know.
Good. Now that that's settled, let's get going. Come on, we gotta run.
Oh, wait, right now? We should better not be running the whole way. There she go, I better go catch up. Can you take care of the office, Trucy? Please take care of Charlie.
Sure thing, Daddy. Let's be careful out there. In the meantime, I'm gonna bake some cookies and fill up my magic panties for you. Not like that.
Feeling a little bit better. Yeah, that was. I can always count on Athena to perk everybody up in her enthusiasm.
Oh, she's back. Don't mind me, just forgot a few things. Wallet, phone, the documents, my bag.
Sounds more like you forgot everything. I can always count on Athena for that too. There was one time I went to work and I completely just forgot my backpack with my name tag and lock.
Oh no. Alright, you two, let's be careful out there.
The detention center. This water got no fruit punch in it. So our client is one Solomon Starbuck. So famous, even I've heard of him.
That's right. He's a super famous astronaut who works at the Cosmos Space Center. He was actually up in outer space 7 years ago.
You seem to know quite a bit about him. Now I'm all excited to meet the man. Well, Wow, that was the longest I have ever heard. Apollo told me all about you. You're Phoenix Wright, Apollo's mentor, right? Hey, yeah, that's right. Mentor has a nice ring to it.
Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbuck. Mr. Wright and I have got you covered.
But you're, the new kid that Apollo told me about. Oh, wait! Don't I know you from somewhere?
Huh? You mean other than that at your trial? I don't think so.
I guess so. My mistake. Dies. My memory isn't what it used to be. My mind and body are kaput. Same goes through my life. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky that I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. Trying to defend me would be like trying to enter the stratosphere without a spacecraft. Yikes, he seriously gotta stop depressing himself.
Cheer up, Mr. Starbuck. Besides, that thing you said about entering the stratosphere, that just means we'd shine like shooting stars, right?
Like shooting stars, huh? Like burning alive? Yeah, you know, you're right. Why didn't I think of that? After all, that's what we were all put on this earth to do, right? To shine like stars and burn to death. Guess I should have mentioned the fact that she started to burn out in a flash. Oh yeah! Here we go! 3, 2, 1! To the stratosphere and beyond! I'm trying to I don't know what voice I'm doing for him. I'm reminded of Kaito from Danganronpa V3. Cause he kind of looks like him too. With the goatee and the eyes.
Yeah.
He got the face. Feel alive now. You can go ahead and ask me anything you want. Is that really all it takes? Alright. Do you know about the knife? He carried me out and saved me. But after all of that, to be killed with this blade? Oh. Now the fact that the killer might be me... Ah! I caught us.
Now he's got you sighing, boss.
Let's see what else. Clay always used to be cheerfully greeting me in the loud voice. He did vocal exercises every morning, sometimes until he was hoarse, right? Exactly. You could always hear him, even through the wall. Hey, wait a minute. Did you know Clay? No, but attracts, as they say. Wait, attracts, as they say. Big gay. Anyway. Zekis. So you have no memory at all of the incident. I'm so ashamed. Take a quick blink. My memory of the time is as black and clouded as a dark nebula.
Still, it's strange you don't remember a thing.
Unless you were passed out.
Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills like they said at the trial?
Got it all wrong. I told them during the investigation, too. I don't know any man with any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. It is true I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. I was taking medication secretly every now and then when my anxiety got bad. That's usually the day you take those. Having a fear of space is not something an astronaut could brag about, you know? Oh, that so-called Hat 1 miracle? That must have been a terrifying experience. But I'm still an astronaut at heart, come what may. I would never take drugs that might impede my performance just before a launch. That launch meant everything to me. That's more certain than the theory of relativity. Seems like a completely different person now. This is the face of the astronaut I know. His hair is not cool and fluffy, though.
But the tranquilizers were found in your system.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't know why. I'm done for. If you didn't take them, then maybe somebody slipped them to you? Exactly, that's what I thought. Must have been the real culprit. Medication was in my locker. Anybody could have gotten their hands on it.
Maybe the real culprit also planted the detonator switch in your pocket.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. I've been framed! I'll say, they've managed to plant your prints on the switch before slipping it in. It's a real possibility. Do you remember anything else that might be relevant? Anything at all, no matter how small, like about the murder weapon, for example? That knife. I think it came from one of the Space Center's utility kits? Utility kits. Yeah. Staff who work on machinery a lot are given these special toolkits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt you could prove whose knife it is. There's an ambulance outside, hold on. As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago, right? That's right. It was 7 years ago. A pretty rough experience. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft. You did? What kind of problems? Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked windows, loose control column. The heat shield came off as we were entering the atmosphere. I thought I was a goner. I managed to make it somehow, with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer.
No wonder they dubbed it the Hat One Miracle. It's a miracle you made it back.
Space is a boundless place. That's why it continues to capture people's imaginations and terrify people. But the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. I mean, that's what people usually think of when they're in space. Darkness just goes on and on forever and ever and ever and ever without end. There was nobody else there. Nobody was gonna come save me. Oh shit, he was the only one. I was all alone. All alone, with nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking. Well then, an experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space. Anyway! That was a big Amori moment right there.
With the experience you had, weren't you dreading this mission?
What? No way! Of course not! Even now, I want to go up into space so bad I could barely stand it. I want to shake off the Earth's gravity and escape velocity and spin around weightless. I would say it does sound really cool to be weightless.
But you have to admit it was pretty harrowing. Weren't you even a tiny bit afraid?
I was afraid. Of course I was. I still am. But space is man's final frontier, an unknown world. So is the ocean. Cosmic truth is out there waiting for us somewhere. Cosmic truth, huh? Aliens. I guess there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. One thing's for sure, Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. The victim. The victim, Clay Terran. He was kind of like your protege, wasn't he? Well, it wasn't a big exaggerated deal like Master and Apprentice or anything like that, but Clay did think of me as his mentor. Mentor and the protege. What a combination that must have been. With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go back into space. And now...
Clay must have been very encouraging, huh?
Yeah, it's funny, really. Whenever I'd hear him shout, "You're fine!" I always got the feeling everything really was gonna be just fine.
You're fine. Apollo says I'm fine, and you're fine all the time, too. And I always feel encouraged, too, whenever I hear him shout it.
Yeah, Clay and Apollo were best buds. I never heard of them before, but whatever. They used to come visit the Space Center a lot, ever since they were high school kids. One day out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. I mean, the only thing we know about Apollo is that his, mom, maybe, is magic. And his sister is Trucy. One day out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. Those two hung around the Space Center so much they were like a part of the staff. One time during zero-G training, I started to panic a little bit. And the two of them took turns shouting, "You're fine!" over the radio. It was a simple thing, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. They got arrested afterwards, so I'm fine and you're fine were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? Wish I could ask Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now. Never even heard of the guy.
Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder?
Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine. But he actually did climb down that ladder, so a way has to exist. From the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. That prosecutor said the dark night sky isn't half bad through barred windows.
You're fine. Solomon's Soul Starbuck is fine. Everything is going to be alright.
Huh? Huh?
And Athena Sykes is fine. Come on, Mr. Wright, you too.
Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine.
I can't hear you.
Phoenix Wright is fine!
We'll get you back into space yet, Mr. Starbuck. Believe in your own innocence and have faith in us.
Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. I'll put my faith in you. And I vow to make it back into space. All I need first is a not guilty verdict. Sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then when we're all fine.
Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's get our investigation of the Space Center started, pronto.
Good idea. Let's go! Can I show more stuff? Do you know anything about this piece of evidence? Nope, sorry. I'm so useless. No, it's alright. Okay. Alright, goodbye.
Away we go to
alien.
the Space Center.
This is an alien. Also, I get it, it's supposed to look like a space station with this thing rotating. That's fun.
Yeah.
Wow, I was wondering what kind of place this space center would be. Almost looks like an amusement park of the future.
Yeah, did you know they even let the public see their rockets up close?
That sounds incredibly dangerous.
Oh, so check it out. Look at how brightly the Gyaxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I really dig the stars and rockets motif it's got going.
JAXA, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program?
Yeah, but why the strange acronym? I mean, what is GIA supposed to stand for? Galaxy?
If that were it, then the whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. I mean, some people do that, which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated to GAXA or even GAY.
I guess so. Oh, I know. Maybe the person who came up with the name just really likes the letter Y.
This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu. I don't...
Anyway,
Okay.
this place is more than a research facility, it's also a tourist attraction.
Tourist attraction? Don't make me laugh. It's a monument of the human race. Oh my god!
He's on a Segway! Yikes, who's this geezer and what's he want?
Look upon me and look well. Behold the great power of the space science. He looks so familiar too, with a fucking mustache. Pardon me, but you are... My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos. And I am the director of the Cosmos Space Center, the center of the cosmos.
Boss, that was pretty groan-inducing.
If this person is the Space Center's director, then that means...
Aha! So you were one of the first to discover Clay's body, weren't you?
And who was the first to find the victim?
Actually, there were two of them.
The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Cadence Arm. I'm sorry, Candace. I got it wrong last time. That is correct. I'm doing like a weird, like, what is it, Nixon voice. I was honored to be the very first man in all space and time to discover the body. But this talk of the incident, are you by any chance the space police? You can't tack the word space onto just any old thing, you know. Where's Mr. Starbuck's lawyer? We're here to investigate his case.
Oh, and we're Earth lawyers, by the way.
Ah, I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. I trust you are appropriately grateful. Now go ahead, have at it.
I can already tell he's gonna be nothing but trouble.
Don't let him hear you say that, or you'll see what trouble really is. Let's just be professional and ask him about when he found the body, okay? So, as director, what do you do here? His stars look like superstars from from Mario.
Yeah.
So, as director, what do you do here at the Space Center specifically?
Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country. No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we get going for the sake of mankind.
Huh. I believe I used the word specifically in my question. Oh, I thought he pulled out a gun.
Attention all personnel to your break stations. Prepare for break.
Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner.
That is exactly right. Because I am an important man. My manner is important.
Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm.
Well, there's bound to be some people like that in this boundlessness of space.
What's that? You want to know what it is that makes me important, specifically? Very well. I'll tell you. I was the central figure of the Hat One project. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now go ahead, have at it.
I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it specifically. Could you tell us about what you know? Can you tell us what you know about the incidents from the other day?
I refuse! What? Exploiting is a job for comic folk, not the director of the center of the cosmos. My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom.
What? So does that mean you'll be taking the stand tomorrow?
That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind.
I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about.
Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about.
Yo, he just like me for real. And let's at least try to ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about. The Hat One was a rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home?
I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant young folk like you. Very well. I will impart to you the complete story of the Hat One project.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hat One's noble mission was to collect samples from an asteroid, and Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, the Hat One reached its planned orbit, from where it launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, the Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. Then after a terrifying struggle, the Hat One returned safely to Earth. That struggle was when the incident known as the Hat One miracle occurred.
Sorry, that's Athena.
Oh, that struggle was when the incident was known as the Hat One miracle occurred, right?
Correct, and it truly was a miracle. Of course, they just had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely to its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth, but a few days ago.
So what kind of samples are they? What's in them?
The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. Regrettably, we had no time to inspect the samples due to everything that has occurred. But this puts our space development program ahead of other countries by several years.
That's quite impressive. I guess this guy isn't just a little braggart after all.
In the golden age of space development, our predecessors were successful in bringing the moon rock back. That is the greatest achievement in the history of this space center. The public fell in love with space and all its glorious potential.
Moon rock, huh? I remember that being big.
Our endeavors with the moon rock live on in our work with those asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hope and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. That is my mission, as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos.
I hear there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization.
Of course, we can make portal guns out of them.
It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there.
What? Bite your tongue, it's not for anything so base as money or politics. It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind. All for my illustrious mission. Oh my god, it's Elon Musk. With the recent budget cuts, my staff tells me finances are tight. I won't hear it.
Yes, even a space program has to watch its budget. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena.
Huh? Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd better brush up for the case.
Is that so?
Well, I will be on my way. As you can see, I am very busy. Very important man. Galactic scooter, fire up the main engine, max battle speed, and engage!
I think it's surprisingly fast. He's on those, one wheel, that, like, electric unicycle that people are driving now. I am so confused how people are able to ride that and also why they want to ride it. I guess we better get going too.
You bet. Let's make it so.
Okay. Boop. Oh my god! Who is this? What is that? So this is where Mr. Terran was murdered.
Yeah, this is the lounge. Let's see that diagram the police made again. Right now we're in the main building here on the right side on the 3rd floor. Clay and Mr. Starbuck fled here from Launchpad 1 after the explosion.
You there! No admittance without express permission!
We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We've come to investigate.
Sorry, nobody's getting in without permission. Not even the police superintendent. Can't have Detective Fulbright getting mad at me.
So Detective Fulbright is here, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's in Launchpad 1 corridor. Go get clearance from him and then we'll talk.
Leave it to me. I'm great at getting intel out of Detective Fulbright. Let's see. What trick should I use on him today?
Gaslight. I don't know if I should be grateful or afraid.
So, to get to Launchpad 1 corridor, we just have to go through that door with a blue rocket on it, I think.
Wait. That door. It looks awfully familiar.
Good eye there, boss. This is the door Clay and Mr. Starbuck used during their escape from the launch pad.
And that explains it.
The fingerprint system has been deactivated, so I think we can just pass through. Now come on, let's go.
But I want to look at the seahorse. Okay.
Space Nessie.
Robot? A robot? Even in space. Remember to change your password every 16 minutes. So this is it, huh? This is the corridor the two of them used in their escape.
Yep, this is the only thing connecting Launchpad 1 with the main building.
I see police tapes down on the other end. Guess we won't be looking at the launch pad.
After the explosion, this whole corridor must have been filled with smoke.
And the launch pad itself was probably a sea of flames. Must have been pretty scary there. Wait, is there an is this an escalator? Moving escalator? Moving what?
Now where could Detective Fulbright be? Hey, I think that's him over there.
Hello.
What should I do? Which path is the path of justice? He seems to be lost. That's funny. This corridor is a straight shot. Huh? Ah, it's you lawyer people. Welcome to the Space Center.
What do you mean, you lawyer people?
Enjoying a relaxing day off, are you? Here for a little rocket sightseeing?
We're here to investigate the scene, same as you. Do you have any info to share?
Boss, if he acts at all reluctant to give us information, we hit him with the whatever shall we do act. I'm sure he'll fall for it. Got it?
Are we trying to catch the unruly family dog here or something? He's the
Info on the
golden
case,
retriever.
huh? Alright, I'll gladly share some with you. Huh? What just happened? Detectives and lawyers seeking truth and justice side by side. I like it. Just take whatever you want from me, you info bandits. I'm in a generous mood today. I don't know. There is something weird about Detective Fulbright today.
Well, we need information, so let's run with it.
If you say so.
I want to look at the escalator and the robot. Detective Fulbright, can you give us permission to investigate the crime scene?
There's an officer on guard and we can't get in. Oh, whatever shall we do? That's an easy one. I'll let them know over there to let you in. Investigate to your heart's content. Take a week if you need it, a month even. Shall I have some snacks delivered? One of my men gives a mean neck rub.
Ooh, I need a massage. No, that's okay, but thanks. Definitely not the Fulbright I know. He's not stupid today.
Detective Fulbright is acting sickeningly sweet. It's kind of gross, actually. Do you think he's hit his head or something?
Who knows? Whatever the case, it's making our lives way easier. So, what happened exactly? You were here at the Space Center at the time of the incidents, weren't you, Detective?
That's right. I was here on a security assignment. The police are required to secure rocket launches now? I didn't know that. Yes, well, you know us, to serve and protect, ha ha ha! The explosions occurred while I was here on duty, so I started leading the evacuation.
He's leaving out a lot of details, but okay. Could you tell us more about what happened?
Of course, a bomb went off on the second floor of the main building. Right after that, one over at Launchpad 1 also blew sky high. So I immediately instructed the visitors and the employees to evacuate to the shelter.
The shelter.
That's right. There's an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center.
Sorry, it's just so sweet. I mean, you freaks invent fictional pronouns like he's and slash him, so you know it's difficult to converse with the patently insane. Seek therapy or a better therapist. Reply, he's him is Dutch for he him lamau.
I think I've seen that post today. It's there for accidents and emergencies and the like. So, where were you when the first bomb went off? I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion. And the stairs on the 2nd floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way. Then wasn't it impossible to get down to the basement shelter?
I picked everyone up with my big, beefy arms.
No, we lowered an emergency ladder from a 4th floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, so it wasn't very stable, but at least it reached the ground. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any other survivors. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down too and headed to the shelter. Wow, what an ordeal! But climbing down an emergency ladder kind of sounds fun.
Thank you for your answers, Detective. They were very helpful. Excuse me.
Just a moment. I have some more information to share with you. But don't tell Prosecutor Blackquill, okay? Wow, and Prosecutor Blackquill usually has you on a short leash, too. Well, never mind that. Haha. I thought you should know that there was a witness.
The witness? Could you tell us more about this witness?
Sure thing. The witness was a Space Center employee who was on the 4th floor. While she was climbing down, she looked through a window into the 3rd floor lounge. So, she was looking into the crime scene from the outside. That's right! It was just a matter of chance that she saw something important. Not that I know what she saw exactly yet, though. You don't? But that's the most important thing of all. Haha! Don't you worry, I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be somewhere here in the Space Center. You might even run into her.
4th floor employee, huh? Alright, thanks for the info, Detective Fulbright.
Gee, you sure are being cooperative, Detective. A little too cooperative, even. Yes, well, actually,
Something you can't talk about?
Yes, something like that. Anyway, never mind, don't worry about me. Well, I'll be on my way now. In justice we trust.
What was that all about?
Something is definitely going on. I'm going to get it out of him next time I see him.
Okay. I'm not sure he'll talk about it, though. Well, we have permission to investigate now. Let's head back to the boarding lounge.
To the lounge!
I want to look at the seahorse. No, honestly, though, this background looks like Dragon Ball. Alright, you two! Detective Fulbright has granted your permission to investigate. He also said I should bring you some snacks. I'll give you a neck rub, too, if you like.
Oh, that's alright, but thank you for the offer.
Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Let's see. Where's that diagram again? So this lounge is on the 3rd floor of the main building. And according to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend.
Well, let's stop the recap and start looking for traces of this third person then.
In my mind, Athena, we'll make that our first priority. There's just one problem, though. This room. It's just so big.
Don't worry, we can use this to help us.
A Space Center pamphlet? For tourists?
Yup, picked it up at the entrance. The maps inside should come in handy. Let's see. Yup, here it is. A map of the lounge. This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright.
Oh yeah, that's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. Well, I guess this map will make things a little easier. Alright.
Yeah, no more excuses. Let's track down the third person.
Wait, there's just one more thing. What's that strange creature moving around the window?
Oh, boss. It's just a holographic image.
Oh yeah, I knew that. That's a relief.
There should be a button somewhere in this room to turn the image on and off. That's what it says in the pamphlet anyway.
The only reason you're so eager to start is so that you can push that button, isn't it?
And what's wrong with that? Let's look for the button while we're looking for clues.
Alright, fine, let's get investigating. Examining! Let's see. Whoa! Huh. Big ol' mirror. There's a hookah bar right here. That's some pretty futuristic looking furniture over there.
According to the pamphlet, those are no ordinary chairs. They're like amusement park teacup rides. You can power them yourselves, it says. If you spin the table, your chair spins too.
Why would anybody want to have something like that here? Because it's fun?
It's for astronauts who have trouble with the device on the ceiling. No vertical spins. It says it's a training device that's easy on the eyes and on the body.
Can a person really call themselves an astronaut if they can't handle 0G? But a Destiny. I just realized that the ceiling fit is a aerodynamics thing. Honestly, I really want to go on one of these. This looks like so much fun. At first glance, it looks like a peaceful landscape, but there's that creature.
Didn't the Hope probe go to some planet? Maybe this is what its surface looked like.
Oh my god, it's Dragon Ball. I don't know, I think it would have made the news if they discovered a creature like that.
It did make quite a bit of news, though, when the probe came back.
Yeah, but the Hope probe didn't even go to a planet. It went to an asteroid. That's a big rock kind of thing. Even aliens can't live there. Big sad. Sus alert. I see something shiny. No matter how I look at it, all I can think of is torture device. But I guess it's a training device for getting used to zero gravity. Oh, Athena has an odd glint in her eye. You should think about throwing that thing out. I should try and stop her, but I'm afraid she'll be outmuscle me.
Hey, Mr. Wright, look at that up there.
Baba, Baba. Some kind of fragment? Stuck in tight. That's what the glint was all about.
That color looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank.
I think you're right, but if that's here, it means Clay's tanks rupture after they arrived at the boarding lounge.
So Prosecutor's Blackwell's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay down the ladder must be wrong. This proves that both of the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge.
So Apollo was right. The scene of the murder wasn't the launch pad.
Way to go, Apollo!
Do-do, ba-ba, da-da. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's see. Just a big old button. Oh, that's just the blue door. Oh, okay.
I wonder what this big knob is for. It looks like the knob on a stove.
Well, it's the same shape, but I think that's where the similarities end. I mean, it's behind a glass pane. What kind of stove would require knob security like this?
Well, the knob is straight up and down, so if it was for a stove, the burner would be off.
Right. It was for a stove, so I wonder what it's really for.
Something turned on by a knob that's not a stove. How about a rocket engine?
If you had to start the engine here, the rocket would take off before you could get in.
Then I guess all we can say for now that it's a mystery knob.
Take that as you will. That could be a euphemism for something. Anyway.
Mystery knob.
Warning. Helmet use required. Please use the moonwalk apparatus responsibly. What's this? A trapdoor?
It's a trash chute. The cleaning robots throw the garbage out from here.
The robots do the cleaning. What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't evolve like they do in the science fiction movies.
No way! All the robots here are very nice. Actually, wasn't there one in Launchpad 1 corridor? We could go say hi to it if you want.
I know the robots are characters in this. Here's another amazing piece of equipment. Walk on the surface of the moon, it says.
Oh boy, I want to try it. Gravity is weak on the moon, so I bet I could do mid-air somersaults.
We're still on Earth, remember? Besides, it's connected to the ceiling. It's probably more of like a bungee cord.
Well, at least I could jump really high.
There's a sign on the wall that clearly says, don't jump too high.
Then what good is this thing?
Didn't I say at the beginning, walk on the surface of the moon? Danger, danger, high voltage. Ooh, glint! Sparkly sparkle!
Hey, I see something shiny down there.
Let's take this cover off then. We totally should do that. The bullet! A bullet!
What's this? It looks like a metal jelly bean.
It's really small, but it's a bullet. It's only about 2 to 3 millimeters in diameter. Damn, that is itty bitty. What would make that caliber? .10?
Caliber refers to the diameter of a gun's barrel, right?
Yeah, but I've never heard of a .10 caliber gun before. This bullet must be for a special kind of gun.
I bet if you tried firing a bullet this small with a regular sized gun, it would just fall right out.
Yeah, it must have been a really tiny, little itty bitty gun.
I wonder how the bullet ended up here. I mean, we're in the bottom left on the south door side of the room according to this map. That's pretty far from where Clay's body was. Maybe the police didn't think to look here.
Yeah, leave it to Detective Fulbright to accidentally hand us just the card we need. Anything else I can look at? Nope. Okay. Ba-ba, ba-ba. So this is where they discovered Clay.
Yeah, he was already dead when they found him. Let's take a look at the photo.
So he was stretched out like this, and huh? What's that thing that looks like a thermos? Oh yeah, he wasn't there.
That's the thing that Prosecutor Blackquill mentioned when I was in court with Apollo. He said that it contains asteroid samples.
Right, Director Cosmos mentioned something about that too, didn't he? That they were brought back only 5 days ago by the probe that the Hat 1 launched?
I wonder what they look like. Do you think they'll let us see?
Let's think about that after we've solved the case, okay? So it looks like there are 3 doors that lead in and out of this room. The music stopped.
Well, let's check. Drum roll, please. Ta-da! The Space Center pamphlet. We're here at this place that says Boarding Lounge 1. Here are the 3 doors. Let's call them righty, lefty, righty, and downy.
People usually say
Junior.
west, east, and south, and west, in case this is like this, you know?
Details, details. Anyway, take a look at the west door.
This is the spaceship.
That door with the rocket icon leads to Launchpad 1. I know because it says here on loading.
Okay.
On the map, Launchpad 1 corridor.
So that's where we were with the detective. It was filled with smoke after the explosion.
Right, next up, the right-hand side of the map, or east in your world. That's the door with the satellite dish icon to signify communication, aka the control room.
Yep, it definitely says control room. It's like it has another door on the opposite side.
They communicate and exchange information with rockets and probes in space from there. So it's the center of the Space Center. The Space Center, if you will.
Does everybody start to talk like Director Cosmos after they've been here for a while?
But it seems like they built a new command center on the 6th floor. That's what they used for the Hat 2 mission, so this control room was empty at the time.
I've always wanted to see the inside of a mission control room. And since we're here...
I'd love to do that too, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. They want to keep curious kids like you out. So the door is protected with fingerprint recognition. Only the director can go through.
With that much security, I'm definitely not the one they're looking to keep out, Athena.
So apparently the lock is also hooked up to a backup generator in case of emergencies.
Okay, what about that last door?
This lower door, oh excuse me, I mean south door? It leads to the elevators.
This is the door we came through when we entered this room, right?
Yep, and of course there was no fingerprint recognition device, so it's open to anyone.
The elevators weren't working at the time due to the explosion.
Well, that's about it for the 3 musketeers of the boarding lounge.
Thanks. Understanding the layout of the lounge could help us understand the case. That's why I thought we'd better have a good grasp on where all the doors go. Okay. Oh, oops, wrong way. Boo.
Oh, a mirror! How thoughtful of them to put one here.
Thoughtful?
So the ladies can fix their makeup. One's appearance is just as important in space as it is on Earth, you know. You never know when you're gonna run into some other life form after all.
I doubt anybody who thinks like that would ever become an astronaut in the first place. What is this? These are apparently oxygen capsules. They're for recovery after training session. It's like a
I
self-deprivation
wonder
tape.
if they can change your voice. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Huh? It didn't do a thing.
It's not helium, Athena. It's oxygen. I think she might be high on helium. Hello, is there someone in this one? Oh, wait a minute. Hello. There's some kind of panel with 2 buttons on it here.
Just push it. That's the invariable principle of buttons.
Such things as buttons left unpushed. Oh, I turned it off.
Hey, the giant holographic image disappeared.
Yeah, though that side of the wall seems kind of barren without it now. So let's see if I can find anything new with that image off. Why would you? What is this spider web?
Hey, Mr. Wright, take a look at this.
It looks like a bullet hole. Great find, Athena.
It's pretty big. Whoever fired this shot must have been using a pretty large gun.
You think so? Based on my experience, I'd say it's fired from a regular pistol.
Well, whatever size it was, somebody fired a gun in here, right?
Apparently. This is an important fact. You see a bullet around somewhere?
No, the police might have taken it, though.
Bullet itself is missing, so it probably wasn't made by the little itty-bitty bullet we found.
Let's ask Detective Fulbright about this bullet hole later.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Can I push it again? It's the button for the holographic image. If we push it, it apparently turns the image on and off. Huh. Well, you could still see it from here, but okay. Is it gonna say the same thing? Bright purple sky, plenty of greenery, and a tranquil lake. Idyllic scene stretches as far as the eye can see. It's beautiful, but it lacks something to make it truly captivating. Damn. It doesn't say we haven't explored everything yet. Unless I'm missing something. Can I look at the seahorse again? Oh, security camera. This must be the security camera that recorded the astronauts making their escape.
Oh, let's commemorate this occasion with a love and peace!
If you're done now, shall we move on?
Yeah, okay, but just one more for the road. Peace!
Very mature. Is there someone in this oxygen tank? This mirror. Oh, it's a window.
A window, and it's right next to the holographic image, too. I bet it's here to help people see the stark contrast between reality and virtual reality.
Way off. It says emergency ventilation. You know, to clear smoke from fire.
See, it's pointing out the virtual insanity of reality.
Because we all live underground. That's a great song. Always.
Hello?
Oh, hello? Did someone join? Razid? Hello? Mazid? Hello there? It's okay, you don't need to talk or whatever, just chill.
Thanks for the well wishes.
Aw, it's good. You didn't have to join us, it's okay. Oh. He is not here. Okay, then we probably didn't discover everything yet.
It was a stomach bug.
Oh god, that's the worst. I remember I had food poisoning, it was the worst. You don't need to voice anyone, it's all good. I guess we need to just explore just the door. So this is the fingerprint recognition device. I guess you put your hand on this hand mark.
Why, guess what you could try. Now to line my hand up with the outline.
No, Athena, this thing is related to the case. Get your prints all over that and the next thing you know, you'll be named a suspect.
How can you be so cruel to a little girl like me?
I'm not buying those tears, Miss Say. Big old door.
Let's see. This door is... Where's that pamphlet?
Let's not... We don't need it. We know what this door is.
Here we are. It's...
Okay.
Yeah.
We know what this is. security lock must be disengaged now, right? They say the corridor was filled with smoke at the time of the bombing. Thing besides the door... Yeah, we should have explored this first.
Which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it at the trial.
The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just enter the area from the lounge. One must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. Allow me to state up front that there are precisely few with the clearance to do so. And does this mean that Bomber's prints were verified by the system? But the number of authorized personnel was supposed to be really small.
Voila! Fingerprint powder! I brought it just in case something like this came up. I found it at the office. I've just been itching for a chance to use it.
Wow, way to think ahead. Let's test the fingerprint recognition device and what we can find.
You got it. Now to sprinkle some here and a little over there and...
We gotta do the blowing.
Here.
We're not gonna do the cute, the fun little... We're not gonna do the minigame? Aw.
Let's see what we have here. Oh, we got something. Aw, it's only a single set of prints.
Is that a good thing? Sure wish we can figure out whose prints these are. Although I doubt we'd be so lucky as to get the culprit's prints in the first try.
Well, I'm willing to bet that Detective Fulbright has some fingerprint data.
Right.
Someday, Fulbright's prints will come.
And there's security footage of this door too.
Yes, here it is. It came up in court the other day.
I wish we could see the part of the footage just after this bit.
Oh, because that would be right before the murder, wouldn't it? Let's ask the detective. The Moody's in. He'll probably show it to us right away.
Yeah, he's in almost too good of a mood today. Let's go see if we can find him again once we're done with this room, which I think we are. Yep.
Oh! Welcome to the Space Center, guests. Welcome.
I knew robots were gonna be in this. Yikes! What in the world?
My name is Ponko. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko! Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you looking around? Choose one. I will guide you.
It's a robot?
I am not a robot. I am Ponko. Psychological observation and navigation companion. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko.
Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Oh, Ponko, I've missed you.
Do you know this thing, Athena?
Oh, she, showed us around the last time I came here with Apollo. Oh, you're such a good girl, Ponko. That's a good girl.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I am so happy. Oh, very happy.
Guide robot. That's pretty cool. My name is Phoenix Wright. Nice to meet you.
I don't know you. I don't know you.
Huh? Ow. That hurt.
Oh, she has to register people she meets for the first time. Please register him, Ponko.
Certainly. Commencing guest registration. Please tell me your name. A nickname is fine too.
His name is Phoenix.
Bit overly familiar, but I'll allow it.
Phoenix, please let me get a good look at your face.
Oh, sure.
Registering. Facial recognition sequence complete. We are now officially friends. Nice to meet you, Phoenix.
Huh. This robot's pretty cute. I don't like how it has button boobs.
I mean, is it any better or worse than Zero from Mega Man?
What do you mean? Zero is... What, does Zero have button
Yeah,
boobs?
big green. Yeah, big green button boobs.
No, he does. Zero? Oh, yeah, you're right. And I love Zero, too. No.
You made a friend, boss. Isn't it great?
My first friend.
Phoenix, Athena, allow me to guide you. Right this way.
Oh, goody. Let's go, boss.
Go where? We're going somewhere, I guess. It's the jacket! It's the jacket! The
His head
museum.
sword phase has ended.
Look at the little aliens! They look like the little aliens, the green aliens from Rhythm Heaven. Wow, what is this place? Is that record real? Oh.
To be fair, Phoenix Wright is rather Nintendo coded.
I mean, that is true.
Welcome, welcome. The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Learn about the history of our nation's space development at the HAT-1 project. The rocket is just a replica, but it's the same size as the real one.
The Space Museum. Oh, here it is on the map.
Give me my stupid map. Okay, so it's the exact opposite side of the main building, Launchpad 1. Oh god, this thing is gonna be important later. Oh no!
Ask me anything. Anything. I will explain.
But I want to look at the jacket. This is quite the place. I can't believe we get to see a rocket this up close. Up.
This is a replica of the HAT-1 that was launched 7 years ago. It's exactly like the real HAT-1, inside and out.
Can we see the inside? That'd be cool.
Its little brother, the HAT-2, was supposed to launch the other day.
I wonder if Bonko knows why the launch was cancelled.
Over there is an exhibit about the launch 7 years ago. Check it out. Check it out.
Spacesuits, photos, newspaper articles. I'd like to come here again on a day off. What's this a photo of? Hold on, important.
Phoenix. That's the staff of the HAT-1 project.
Look at this anime boy. Oh, there's Mr.
And,
Starbuck.
Captain,
He looks so young and so different.
And a guy on the Segway.
That's...
What is it, Athena? Is something wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just thought Mr. Starbuck looked really young too, that's all.
Well, it's 7 years
Yeah,
ago
doesn't make
after
any
all, so the young guy standing next to Mr. Starbuck.
Is Clay Tarrant, the victim.
We have met our boy, Yuri. Absolute Chad. They were mentor and protege even way back then. He even got one of the staff jackets. He looks just like a regular staff member.
No, Clay was still a student then. He just borrowed one of Solomon's old jackets.
Okay, that makes sense. Clay would have still been in high school 7 years ago. Everybody looks so happy. And we're not going to talk about the two girls. Space Museum is great. What a fantastic exhibit. God, I miss going to museums.
This area used to be Launchpad 2. That's why the only entrance is on the 3rd floor.
Wouldn't it be better if they just made a new ground floor entrance instead?
There was talk of it, but they had to scrap their plans because of the budget cuts. Budget cuts, budget cuts. We need more money. Money.
Who would record that kind of information in a guide robot?
While it was in space, the HAT-1 launched a probe called Hope. The Hope probe collected some samples from an asteroid and returned 5 days ago.
That's what Director Cosmos said, too. He told us it came back the day before Clay was killed.
And here it is, the Hope space probe.
Sorry, my booty hurt. I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. Oh, yeah. It's the capsule that the victim was carrying. My booty hurts from sitting. I think it had the same logo. I think it can be seen in the photo attached to the autopsy report. Maybe she'll give me some more info if I show it to her. Autopsy report? Bonko, do you recognize this capsule here in the top right?
Checking. Registered data. I know. It's the Hope capsule. It was carried inside the Hope probe.
Contained the asteroid samples, right?
Yes, it was designed to store the samples gathered by the Hope probe. It's been stored in the safe in Launchpad 1 ever since it returned to Earth. It must not be removed. It must not be removed.
Don't worry, Ponko, the people in charge already know what happened.
They do? I must ask them later.
Capsule was being kept in Launchpad 1, huh? Maybe Clay was trying to carry it to safety after the explosion. Yeah, that's what we decided.
The Space Center staff must have been really excited to finally get the capsule back. But it's a pity this incident occurred before they got the chance to check the contents.
Well, the police took it as evidence, so they'll have to wait a little longer. Finally! Launchpad layout.
The way the Space Center launchpad is set up is really cool. Would you like me to tell you about it? Would you?
Setup of the launchpad? Go gentle on my spiky-haired mind.
I wanna know! Phoenix wants to know too!
Great. Athena's got a case of ponkitis.
A Hooray! I will tell you then.
The speed, Ponko Ham.
The rocket is built right inside the launch pad structure. When the rocket is complete, it's moved along with the launch pad over the rails. Meow. Meow. And brought into position at the launch site.
And there we go.
Isn't it cool? Isn't it? We used to have a big budget, so that's how we could build it all.
It's very cool. A grand setup that suits an important place like the Space Center. I guess everyone is hoping for a bigger budget next year. Myself included.
I'm guessing this whole thing is operating from the control room, huh?
That it is. But it can also be operated from the new command center too. Either way, the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to first be disengaged.
I guess before a big move like that can be carried out, there are all kinds of procedures.
I would love to see the launch pad being moved. What's the next one scheduled for?
Searching data. All future plans have been put on hold.
Because of the bombing and the murder, I'll bet. Which is perfectly understandable.
Well, when was the last time it was moved?
Searching data. I am sorry. That answer isn't in my answer database.
Guess Ponko can only answer certain questions. Well, we certainly learned a lot about the Space Museum.
Thank you, Ponko. You explained everything very well.
I love to explain. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
You two are like old friends. It's hard to believe you just met recently, Athena.
It's because Ponko is so friendly.
Well, what should we investigate next?
Let's go find Detective Fulbright. We have things to ask him about.
Let's see. Security footage and the fingerprint data, was it? Okay, then let's go back to the Launchpad 1 corridor.
Bye, Ponko. See you later.
Come again. And don't forget to visit the gift shop.
Poor Ponko. What a Dickinson's life we have all forced to lead. I'm sorry, a what now?
Dickinson, like Charles Dickens.
Okay, I was assuming that's what it meant. Exit through the gift shop. That's also a really good documentary about Banksy and other street artists as well. Was an exit through the gift shop.
I'll try to voice Fulbright.
I mean, if you can't, that's still. I mean, it's not like your voice hurts, but it's just your stomach.
No. What should I do? Which path to take? Which is the path of justice?
There's Detective Fulbright. He still seems to be lost, even though it's a straight corridor. Also, he sounds different.
Let's hope he's still in a cooperative mood as well, then. I'll voice Phoenix, then, for now, if Apollo isn't here.
If he doesn't cooperate, then I'll just have to use my powers on him.
You mean that lady in distress bit? Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Boss. Bow, bow. Down, down. We found a bullet hole in the wall at the crime scene.
You did? Our team found that too. It was Detective Arm who fired that bullet.
Detective Arm?
That's right. A warning shot for the defendant.
Was it really a high threat situation that she needed to do that?
I'm afraid I don't know the details. What with Detective Arm gone and all.
But I thought there were two people who discovered the crime scene together?
We already know Detective Cosmos will testify, so tomorrow will be about what he knows.
Hey, you're pretty smart. That's exactly what we're planning to serve as the main force.
I hope it goes down easy. God, it never is.
Detective, we'd like to run a comparison on some prints we found in the boarding lounge.
Oh, yeah. I just happen to have compiled the print data of everyone related to the case. I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift.
This is quite a bit of data. It's like a nice thick book of paper.
Well, when I said everyone, I mean everyone. Prosecutor Blackwell said to his chief, so that's what I did. It sure took a lot, though.
Robots don't have fingerprints.
Whoa, he's got Apollo's and my prints. He even got prints for all of the robots.
Guess when Black Hole said to dig deep, Fulbright didn't bother to ask how deep.
Ah, Clay's fingerprints are here too.
I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We have to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity after all.
No one could guess with that spiky anime hair.
I still can't believe you took off his glove to get his fingerprints.
Oh, yeah, you can't blame me for thinking they're important in this case. There are a lot of doors that require fingerprint verification in the lab.
He does that Saw thing where he cuts off someone's hand, cuts off his hand and just uses it just to put fingerprints everywhere.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
I think the criminal or the killer used the gift shop theft and swap the places in a shell game with that and the actual launch pad.
I'm sorry, with the log what?
The launch pad. They played shell games with the launch pad and went to so they could enter the rocket ship without needing the same clearance. Especially.
Yeah,
since
Oh,
they
I
know
love what's up here. Let's go to Jupiter. We can't. I'm sorry to tell you, but we just can't.
So depending on whose prints we can find, it could completely change the tide for both sides.
Oh my god, you know what that format reminds me of? It's the fucking Danganronpa 2 with the changing room. Fruit room. With the fucking elevator. Oh my god. My brain hurts. So many references to Danganronpa and Dragon Ball with the seahorse thingy and the background. Anyway, makes sense. After all, the culprit's prints did get them past the fingerprint lock somehow.
Oh, and take this picture. It might come in handy.
Isn't it just a photo of the Launchpad 1 door?
Yeah, but Prosecutor Blackwell seemed really interested in it for some reason.
Huh? What's so important about this door?
Life has many doors, Nick boy. Beats me, but you can see the gears and his head running to go into hyperdrive at it.
Sounds like
Looks
this is
like
gonna
that's
be a
right.
major point of contention tomorrow.
Hey, don't forget about the print comparison, boss.
Right. Detective Fulbright, do you think you could run the test for us right now?
You can just leave it to me. In justice we trust!
Beep, beep, beep.
Okay, here we go. Well, it looks like it was Mr. Starbuck who opened the security door.
You must have opened it when they went to go board the rocket.
His heart must have been full of hopes and dreams for his space adventure right then.
Da 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 ba 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 ba. Anyway, let me show you some other things. Hey, look at this little itty bitty bullet we found.
Think we're lost and found? I'll be sure to take care of it.
No. This is an important piece of evidence. Okay. What about this? Okay, never mind. There's nothing about Huh. I need to show him. I definitely need to show him something. Throw something at him. Okay, there we go.
The victim went to all the trouble to save the defendant. And then he was mercilessly killed. If there's no justice in this world.
Justice was trampled underfoot that day. He also got assaulted yesterday. Anyway.
That's right. Acts of justice and selflessness are not always rewarded. It pains me to say this, but I realized the truth in that recently.
Sounds like he and his personnel philosophy are going through a midlife crisis. Is that why he's acting all so weird?
When the explosions occurred, Everyone was on the verge of a panic. But the important thing is that no one from the general public was hurt.
Someone did die, though.
And it was all thanks to the evacuation effort we headed up.
After that, you escaped the building yourself as well, right?
Me? Escape? Nonsense! I wanted to run straight towards the blast, and it was the other detectives who stopped me. We gotta get you somewhere safe, sir, they said.
Maybe you should take your own evacuation order more to heart next time, Detective. Let's see, anything else? Detective, about the security footage that was taken by the boarding lounge 1 camera?
Oh, that footage? Go ahead and ask me anything you'd like about it.
Is there any way I could see a little bit more of the part just after this?
Easy as pie. I'd be glad to show you. Here we go.
He can just... Does he have like those like little mini disc players? Huh? The screen went blank.
Yes, apparently the after effect of the explosion damaged the wires. So there's no footage at this point.
He has that little... I had this as well when I was growing up. Like, it was just a mini TV where you would just put a DVD down on the first panel and just watch movies on the screen. Why didn't you just say so from the beginning? Huh. And after immediately. Alright. Something definitely seems to be up with you, Detective. You're unusually cooperative.
Well, I just figured if we work together, we could get closer to justice, right? Oh, he wants to see Apollo.
Yes.
But it seems like something's really been bothering you. You don't have some ulterior motive, do you?
What? I do not know what you're talking about. I would never do anything like that.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Cyclock time!
It's been a while, but these are definitely Cyclocks.
Did you just say mouth psycho? Is there something I should be sick about?
No, Cyclock. It's a system of locks on the secrets in a person's heart. Oh wow, I'm just telling him this. They can see when people are trying to hide those secrets by using the power of this Mega Tomahawk. Presenting evidence can break those locks. And reveal any secrets they're hiding. God, I wish Maya was here.
Mr. Wright, how much did they milk you out of for that piece of rock? If you been swindled, I know lawyers I can introduce you to.
I'm more than capable of representing myself. Thank you very much. It isn't some kind of fraud. It really works. Magic is real, Detective Fulbright. You're gonna have to believe me. My friend gave it to me a long time ago. We can't legally say her name, but I guess seeing is believing. Allow me to show you. See what presenting the Megatama will reveal, shall we?
To be fair, if you mention her name, she'll probably get falsely accused of something.
Mega Tomahawk! I didn't see that Mega Tomahawk when I opened evidence, but okay. I think you're hiding something, Detective, so why don't you just tell us about it? I mean, we don't have Apollo to point at something specifically on his face.
What to do? Which path of justice?
Detective Fulbright is really in agony. I bet this is the issue he's so torn up about. Love! Love, is it Simon? Is it Simon?
Most likely. He's starting to have feelings for Apollo.
I really understand what's been bothering you, Detective. I truly do. Something happened that goes against your principles, is that right?
No! I do not know what you're talking about! Until the explosion occurs, everything was just fine! Like Apollo.
Is that a fact?
Yep, peaceful as peaceful can be. Everyone's whistling a happy tune as they did their job. You never saw a more relaxed guard detail for a routine rocket launch.
I don't think that guard's detail as relaxed as you claim as long as this exists. Huh. Is it the... Huh. Okay. Am I getting penalized for this if I...
Take that!
Most likely. There must be something wrong with my sunglasses today. You're presenting that to me as evidence, are you?
Is he making fun of me? Until the explosions
Until the
occurred.
explosions occurred, everything was just fine.
Huh, okay. I don't know what... Is it the bullet? Okay, so I'm not getting penalized for this, thankfully. Let's just throw things at a wall. Is it the bullet? No. He looks like he could... Is he the one with the really itty-bitty gun? I'm sorry, what?
Maybe you should look for a reason why you would think
Is it the evacuation report then?
possibly.
There we go. Before the explosion, what was supposed to happen here was a rocket launch. And yet security was so tight, they even brought in a special task force. They call themselves the Suicide Squad. It's hardly described as a relaxed guard detail.
Now, hold on just one moment. The entire nation had their eyes on this extremely important rocket launch. That's why I was called in on special security detail.
As versatile as you are, I could certainly believe in that. True. And that's true, but I say it's very strange that this person would be part of that detail on the outset. It's a detective. Detective Arm specialized in bomb cases. The fact that she was here on hand means that you people knew there was the possibility that a bombing would occur.
You got me, Mr. Right!
Oh wow, that was quick.
I think Candace was one of the people in that photo.
Oh, was she? The lady in the kimono, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think
my
so.
guess.
Her hair was... I wonder if I could go back. Girl, don't mind me real quick. Let me just go back over here real quick. Hey, what's up? I can't check it. I don't think it is. Her hair was way more brown in that photo.
That's a thing. All right, I concede. You win. It's just as you say. A few days before the launch, they were warned about a potential bombing. But the plan to launch went ahead in spite of the threat.
But why? What were they planning to do if someone got hurt or killed?
Yeah, I know. The decision to move forward wasn't exactly just, was it?
How was the warning delivered?
I phoned, and directly to Director Cosmos in Wanda. But the police department instructed everyone to keep it under wraps.
That's a big thing to keep quiet about. No wonder you're so upset.
But it's not only that. I've been distraught about prosecutors Blackwell no longer giving me love.
Prosecutor Blackwell? Well, as his handler, I'm sure you have a lot of difficulties. Lover, I mean, sorry.
That's not it. It's a question of justice.
Love.
I've been wondering about why he's allowed to stand in court.
That's a great
Million-dollar
question.
The reason he's still prosecuting? Detective Fulbright, please tell us everything you know.
Simon backstory.
Well, talking to you folks about it would definitely be breaking the rules.
Never mind that. What are rules but things to be broken, right?
And find loopholes around.
Well, to tell you the truth, having a prisoner act as a prosecutor is highly irregular.
I mean, yeah, I think we guessed that much.
So why is it being allowed? I've been wondering and wondering about it.
So you weren't told why either, huh?
No. I guess the order came from pretty high up the ladder, probably Gittendorf.
Yeah, whatever. had to have... No, okay, I'm gonna keep it quiet.
Professor Blackwell told me once, you look cute when you try to say in Justice We Trust. The hunt, I believe, for phantoms of 7 years past continues even still.
7 years past?
Phantom, huh? Not one of the friendly variety either, I gather.
Except for
Haunted.
that Jasper.
This Phantom of 7 years past. Any idea who or what he was talking about? Hey, what was
Not a clue.
what was Simon put in jail for? That's a great question.
Indecent exposure.
Damn.
Yes. But he seems to think that his phantom is behind the whole incident somehow. He
Wait.
wanted to show his sword to people.
Wait a minute. He thinks they may be connected to this case?
This case has way too many similarities to what happened 7 years ago.
Oh no, it's the fucking case. Full ass case.
For starters, that case happened right here at this very space center too. And in both incidents, a threat was issued via telephone.
That's why Prosecutor Blackwell thinks this incident is the work of the Phantom of the Space Center?
Well, that's not the entire reason to suspect the Phantom of the Opera. I mean, if you want to talk about 7 years ago, then when Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty of murder.
Oh, okay. Moida, yes.
That messy case is what started the whole dark age of law.
Took a little sip.
So you see why this Phantom and Prosecutor Blackwell's Sippy conviction must be related.
Yeah, I can see why I'd think that. This incident and the Phantom, not to mention Blackwell's past. It's almost inconceivable that they would come to a head here.
This might sound crazy, but Prosecutor Blackwell can't possibly believe Mr. Starbuck is this Phantom person, right? I mean, he was acting kind of strange during the last trial and all.
The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence.
No.
I kill you.
Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet.
Oh?
No, I doubt he thinks Mr. Starbuck is his Phantom. But I do believe he thinks he's the defendant has ties to them and their cafe.
Okay.
Which is why he's acting so impatient. He's got a personal grudge against Starbucks. That's why, and that's not real justice. I've always trusted in Prosecutor Blackwell's judgment until now.
He gave me a big smoochie when I said I agreed.
But this time, I was so overwrought about his indecent exposure. If he lost his ability to think professionally, I'm afraid it might lead to a false conviction.
I've never seen Detective Fulbright so tormented. This must be why he's been so cooperative. Don't worry, that's exactly what we defense lawyers are working to prevent.
I feel bad for Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm going to root for you for your team this time. Maybe a little more if justice came and arrived. Don't tell him that. You have to promise you. Oh,
Detective Fulbright, I guess I was wrong about you.
I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of my society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give into his emotions and tear the defense apart. You are the only ones who can stop them in court.
You really care about what's best for Prosecutor Blackwell, don't you, Detective?
He's my boyfriend.
Leave the
Of course
courtroom
I
to
do.
us. It's not like we want a guilty verdict either.
I was hoping you would say that. I'm really grateful to the two of you. To show my thanks, I'll give you another bit of information. It's about the Eye of Weakness. I saw her hanging around the Space Center entrance a little while ago. She had orange hair and a yellow jacket.
Really? Well, then let's go find her, Mr. Wright.
I think he was talking about her. Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. Injustice we fucking trust! On 3! 1, 2, 3! In Apollo we trust! Okay, later.
Bye-bye.
Here he goes.
Wait, were we supposed to say Injustice We Trust back there too?
Let's go see that witness now.
Alright, the Space Center entrance it is. Woo, 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 woo. December 19th.
Cosmos Space Center.
Witness must be around here somewhere. Oh no.
Hello, hello.
Uh-oh. Don't tell me the witness
Can I
is
say
a
hello?
robot.
Hello, come over here. Hello, hello. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you... I am Plonko. Shall I guide you? Guide you? Why? But this robot is kind of freaking me out.
Hey, you're not supposed to be wandering around. It her! Again? I've had it with you, hunk of junk.
Ow. Gag. I'm outside. Am I wandering? When did that happen?
Okay, welcome back, hunk of junk. You don't know how close you came. If you didn't snap out of it, I was going to put you in the curb on trash day. Nothing works better than a 42.5 degree karate chop. That's pretty specific. Excuse me, but are you the one who witnessed the murder? Oh, I'm Phoenix Wright, the lead attorney of this case. How do you do? This is my badge. It shows I'm a lawyer. Big shot lawyers, huh? I am Aura Blackwell! Blackwell! I got spoiled by this when I was looking up guide. I'm a researcher developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center. Blackwell? Could she be... And this good-for-nothing robot is named Hunk of Junk.
My name isn't Hunk of Junk. My name is Clone Coat. That's mean, Miss Aura.
Quit complaining. Quit complaining. Our model number is Punko-2.
Gag, but Miss Aura, everyone calls me Clonko.
Quit your squawking already.
No, what are you doing? No, don't.
You just got lobotomized. There. I bet you won't be talking back now.
Gag, I will obey completely.
Except better watch what wires I cross with this one. I see a lot of people fantasizing about. Anyway, your last name is Blackwell. Do you have any relatively to the legal do you have a relative in the legal profession? He might be in jail, maybe?
You are correct. Simon Blackwell, who used to be a prosecutor, is...
Shut up! Only speak when I order you to speak. Simon is my little brother. You know him? Yeah, we've met him in court a few times, right, Athena? What a dull creature. Has her switch been turned off? Do you want me to turn it on? Athena being shy, this is new. Oh yeah, I heard he was prosecuting again despite being a prisoner. Why doesn't he just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison, right? Hey, what do you think, hunk of junk?
Gag, Miss Aura, that hurts.
I'm asking you a question. Why don't you answer me, useless hunk of junk?
But Miss Aura, you told me to only speak when you ordered me to speak.
I told you to never talk back to me. You're worth more scrap. robot abuse, hawk attacks. Blackwell family life must sure be interesting. Well, do you have any other questions? Wait, of course you do. You're a lawyer. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything. I just want to get this over with. The witness. So, you're the person who witnessed the incident? That's right. I was on the 4th floor of the main building, in the robotics lab. The explosion disabled the elevator, so I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. But it was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladders in the other rooms? Must have been a very troubling experience. My best to just humor here. Then, as I passed by the 3rd floor boarding lounge one window on my way down, I saw the crime as it happened. And that's about it. So you saw the crime as it happened, and that's about it? I see. Wait, what? You saw it being committed? There's no time to just nod and repeat. So you saw it into the 3rd floor lounge. The very scene of the crime? Proceed, you can understand. This looks like Dragon Ball, right? The scenery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Namek. Looks like Namek.
Yeah. That's right. There's a small window on the right-hand side of the room. I looked through it from the outside. The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure holding a lighter in the left hand and a knife in the right. That must have been the culprit. Did you see who the person was? Of course not. The power was out on that floor then. And there was only that tiny window. I see. But you did witness the moment of the murder. Yes. So the figure with the lighter raised their knife and... It happened at precisely 10 a.m. Did you witness anything else? Did the killer have any distinguishing features? I already told you! It's pitch black in there. Although, I did notice that the lighter the person had in their left hand had a pretty ornament on it. It looked like a planet. It was blue, like a little Earth emblem. That had a good taste in knickknacks, anyway. An Earth emblem on the lighter. I better remember that. The perp! Thank you for your statement. We'll definitely prove Mr. Starbuck innocent with it. Yeah, right. I won't hold my breath. Pardon me? Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Sorry. I just detest lawyers, that's all. You remind me of someone. Why don't you like about lawyers? It's just an instinctive dislike. Don't feel bad. I hate prosecutors even more. That didn't make me feel any better, actually. Hey, why do you hate lawyers so much? Why do you hate lawyers so much? Little things
I thought it was
from my
common eight.
past. The whole legal system is meaningless in the first place. I certainly don't agree. I mean, people aren't perfect. They lie. They're influenced by silly emotions. You can't expect such imperfect creatures to uphold a reasonable system of law. I like robots much better. Even sad sacks like this one. Hey, you! Look alive there!
Yes, here I go. I am the ultimate robot. I'm talking way too fast. Help!
Alright, that's enough out of you. You're getting a little too carried away.
Huh? What was I doing?
Yep, I like robots much better. At least you can make them any way you want them. I like humans with their pretty petty emotions and constant worries.
How can you say such things? Feeling emotions, worrying about the things we care about, that's what makes us human.
Well, the girl finally talks and she starts with a speech. That's what makes us human. You mean getting angry and snorting like that? Rational thought. That's what separates human from animals. Unfortunately, your reasoning capabilities are more akin to that of a clever little monkey. That's nothing to be ashamed of. It must be nice to have such simple minds.
Can I punch your boss?
Get a hold of yourself, Athena. Humans certainly are absurd. I said you were clever, didn't I? Poor thing. Tell me, with people like you in charge, how can I possibly trust the legal system, So she distrusts not only lawyers and prosecutors, but the whole legal system. What in the world happened to this woman to make her so bitter? Even if somebody
Someone close
important
to
to
her
me was
probably.
killed, I would never wish to see their killer brought to trial.
Because I'd much rather kill them myself.
Oh, wow, girl.
You can't be serious.
That thing you're wearing around your neck.
Oh, this?
Around Athena's neck? Does she mean widget?
Oh, I get it. Well, well, Her Royal Highness has returned at last to her castle.
Royal what? Is she talking about Athena?
By the way, I heard the rumors. Our director is going to be the star witness in court tomorrow, right?
Director Cosmos? Yeah, that's right.
You poor things. You'd better be careful. That old man is a big liar and a huge braggart.
What?
He might seem like a bigwig, but the center has all kinds of problems. He has a lot of skeletons in his closet. Being gay is one of them.
Oh,
But it's your problem, so why should I care?
what? That's it? No friendly tips? No good luck, guys? Just splendid.
That was her way of giving a friendly tip.
I'll leave you to your woes.
Come on, hunk of junk. Hey, Athena, can we, talk? It's sad to me that she believes in our legal that she doesn't believe in our legal system anymore. She must have had a very bad experience to make her feel that way. Are you alright, Athena? You seem very down.
I can't believe she said all those things.
Wow, she really is upset. Has she been trying not to let it show all this time? Well, I guess it's not all that surprising. You hear about fabricated evidence and false indictments on the news all the time.
You mean that whole Dark Age of the Law nonsense? I'm so sick of hearing about that.
Girl, me too.
That's what I think what happened to Black Belt, really.
I mean, yeah, I assumed he got arrested for, like, false evidence. Well, all we can do is believe in what we're doing.
Yeah, you're right, boss, I agree.
Maybe it's time we went back and see Mr. Starbuck.
Good idea. We should tell him about the bullet in Miss Blackwell's statement.
Alright then, next stop, the
Get a
detention
drink.
center.
To get a drink.
Alright, go get your sippy. I got it. Let me stand up real quick, my booty hurt. Probably after this, we're probably gonna head straight to trial. Excuse me.
Die. See what I can do here. My lawyers are here. It must be bad news.
I get the death penalty, don't I? Hey, not necessarily. We found a new witness. A researcher saw the moment of the murder through the lounge window during her escape.
Really? They're really going to let me go?
Unfortunately, it was dark and she couldn't identify the person.
I should have known. The stars are never aligned just right, too.
But we got a lead too, Mr. Starbuck. The murderer had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it.
A lighter with an earth emblem. Oh!
Did you remember something?
Yep, I sure did. A little better, though.
Anything at all would be a help. So please tell us what you remember. Doo-doo-doo.
I thought I was unconscious the whole time. But now I remember I woke up for a few brief moments.
That's huge. Do you remember seeing anything?
A lighter? I saw a flame of a lighter floating in the darkness.
Good, good. What else did you see? What was nearby?
It was definitely the boarding lounge, so it must have been after Clay carried me there. It was a light of a flame. I saw a dark shadowing flickering.
A dark shadow. That must have been the third party we've been looking for. Thank you, Mr. Starbuck. You've been more help than you know.
If we could prove there was this third person at the scene and that they're the real killer. Then you'll be cleared of all suspicion.
The key will be whether or not we can identify this third person in court tomorrow. At least we have something to go on now, and that's a big plus. Should probably tidy the evidence up a bit before someone mistakes me for a hoarder. Irrelevant evidence has been tidied up.
Now that we have a glimmer of hope, I'm suddenly starving.
We
Almost removed.
didn't. I don't think we threw that much away. I don't think. I think it was like the bomb stuff.
Why don't we go back to the office and treat ourselves to a big celebration in advance?
For someone who's highly empathetic, you could be surprisingly unsympathetic. Oh, we're still going. Okay. Hi, Tracy.
So you found your strategy for tomorrow's trial, huh? Good for you, Daddy.
Well, it's one step forward anyway. Hopefully it'll give us a fighting chance in court. As long as we can find out who this third party is.
Now let's get something to eat. I'm starving. My vote is for Eldune's Noodles. Oh, Apollo.
It's this edgelord moment! Gotta do the anime grunt. What are you doing here? I didn't think the clinic was ready to release you yet. My wounds are fine. And I'm done lying around.
Apollo, you're supposed to be in bed. Leave the case to us. We'll take it from here.
No! Thanks, but that's not an option. Not for me. Apollo? Do. You shouldn't underestimate your injuries, Apollo, and I don't want you overdoing it. I'm fine. I'm not in pain anymore. Besides, they just gave me an IV at the clinic. An IV isn't a cure-all, mummy man. Anyway, just tell me how the case is going. Have you guys made any progress?
A suspicious figure was spotted at the scene. We think they must be the real killer.
A suspicious figure, huh? Right. I thought you'd be happier than that. Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm happy. And I fully intend to see Clay's murderer apprehended. Absolutely nothing can get in the way of that. Hey, can you tell us more about Clay?
Clay was your best friend, right, Apollo?
Yeah, best friend, in quotes. That's right, best friend since junior high.
Sounds like me and Junie. So what was Clay like?
He was gay. Anyway, well, he was full of compassion and energy, and had a really loud voice.
If the two of you did voice training together now, I bet you'd break a few windows.
You know, I bet you're right. We did. Anime. It seems like only yesterday. Clay was a guy who lived for his dreams. We used to talk about it a lot. He was going to be an astronaut and me, a lawyer. He'd talk well into the night, and even then, never grew tired of it. And then some clothes came off, and there was a lot of kissing, and Apollo, about the jacket. Oh, it's Clay's. I knew it. It's a special jacket that was only issued to members of the Hat Project. He was finally able to get one on his own once he was selected for the Hat 2 mission. He always looked so handsome wearing it. But just when
He
his
had a lot
dream
of
was
pride.
finally coming true, I still can't believe it. Damn it! It's not fair! Apollo, I hope you don't try and carry the burden all alone. I guess we were both unlucky. My own debut was a disaster. I guess you're right on some level. I gave you false evidence! That trial a year and a half ago wasn't exactly the smoothest of starts. That was a rough time for me. You gave me fucking false evidence to pin your creepy defense attorney, dude. But Clay refused to let me
You're
quit.
a doctor.
You're fine, he'd say. Don't give up. It was right during his screening exams, too. I couldn't have become a full-fledged lawyer without him. The "you're fine" of his? That's why I'm still standing here today. You're fine, huh? Are you?
Yep.
You're fine and I'm fine were like your catchphrases, weren't they? Something like that. Should bring back memories. When we were in junior high, Clay's mom's passed away in an accident. but he wouldn't show his sadness to anyone. He did this thing called bottling emotions. A bunch of men did it. One night, I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard. Anime moment! Are we gonna see 3D Clay? Who wants to be Clay?
Son of a bitch. Mom! Get away, Apollo! Don't come here! Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. Okay, I get it. Clay, listen to me. I don't have a mom either. I mean, I don't think I do. I was adopted. I don't know.
Huh?
Is this the retcon? Oh,
Yeah.
baby Apollo! I always think everybody else has a mom. Why am I the only one? But you know, when I started to feel that way, I yelled at the top of my lungs. I holler, I'm fine! And then you know what? I started to feel like maybe I'll be fine. This is a little baby. I mean...
And he's grabbing Apollo's...
No, he's grabbing his own knee.
Kinda looks like he's grabbing
It does
Apollo's.
look like that though, don't worry, I wasn't the only one. No, Apollo, I don't think even knew he had a mom. He doesn't know his mom. That's it. He's adopted.
Apollo Justice is fine! Okay, Clay, now it's your turn!
Okay. Clay Taryn is fine.
There you go! Now we're both fine!
We're fine. We're fine!
What are you laughing about? We're fine!
You laugh first. I'm fine. You're fine. We're both fine.
Now let's kiss! Wait, what?
Thanks, Apollo. For nothing.
No. When you say it out loud, it really starts to feel real. As long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed. As long as you don't give up. Wasn't there somebody else who did something similar? Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna think about Mia. Okay.
If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I keep up the fight.
I thought we were gonna see 3D Mia. I was gonna be happy. Clay called Mr. Starbuck his mentor and looked up to him. I wonder if I can be a good role model for my staff like Mr. Starbuck. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
What?
Ah, this is a cutscene.
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
I'm injured, you know? You're really serious. Can you at least give me a reason why? When I put Clay's jacket on, I swore to him I would catch his killer myself. So I'm gonna fucking kill him!
But that's our goal
That's a weird
too.
way to kill him.
I agree with Athena. We should work together to find the truth. The truth? That's a noble cause. What if the truth you seek and the truth I seek turn out to be different? I'm not sure I follow. What are you saying, Apollo? I'm gonna catch the person responsible for taking my friend's life in my own way. Take good care of Mr. Starbuck for me. Now, I must be going. Goodbye. Woo.
Goodbye? Did he just say goodbye? I sensed a lot of seething anger and hatred coming from him. And also, suspicion.
You could say he was sus.
He's not walking out on us like this. I'm gonna talk some sense into him.
Hold on, Athena. Apollo can believe what he wants, but I believe he's wrong. Even if we take different paths, the truth will arrive at should be the. I'm sorry. The truth we arrive at should be the same. I think the quicker we solve this case, the better it'll be for Apollo.
Yeah, you're right, boss.
Alright, that's enough for one day. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow's trial, okay? If he were here right now, Apollo would say, I'm fine. Everything is fine. I just hope things really do turn out fine tomorrow.
You know, he's like the one person in the entire franchise that never got falsely accused of anything.
Yeah, he's just been chilling. Apollo just
Brings the meaning
being
to
chillin'.
Apollo brings the meaning to the term I'm apologetic, and I'm fine.
I'm fine. Phoenix gets accused of something he didn't do. Oh, okay, I was wrong. Okay, never mind. I thought this was the episode. This is a minor spoiler, but I see him. I see him. I see him. Well then, gamers, I would like to end this night. Yeah. But, yeah, I am going to be out in Colorado for, I think, like 3-4 months. Depending on how this, working thing goes. But, yeah, it's gonna be a wild ride. But I am still bringing my, computer and my, controller and my microphone. All of my electronics are coming with me, besides with the Xbox, because the Xbox ain't going nowhere. But, so, yeah, I will still be live streaming, and I'll just do, like, the blanket voice actor rule where you just put a blanket over your head. My aunt won't think it's weird. It's just like, don't worry. I think I might be able to get, like, a bit more, like, actual surround sound, like, better sound quality in it as well, because it's less of an open space, because this is an attic. And I already think, like, the attic already has some pretty good sound, but, like, there's a window, like, right next to me right now, and my air conditioner. 2 of them. So, yeah. But hopefully it'll all be good. I'm really excited, guys. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope the job served you well.
Yeah, I hope. Today was my actual last day because I took a shift. Honest to God, I was shitting myself through most of it because one, emotion, and 2, the big boy boss was there, the guy who owns the building and like owns like a quarter of the town's buildings as well. I said goodbye to all my friends in the kitchen, but none of the managers. They're like, what? They're leaving? Okay, bye.
Take care.
Yeah. All right. I hope you guys have a good night. Razid, please be well. I hope your stomach bug leaves tomorrow.
Same.
All right. Good night, guys. Good